Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, Habibis. Big up to every single one of you guys. Big up to everyone who's locked in as well from the football terrace. Shout out to Terry for the redirect. Big up to all of you guys watching right here, right now, or on the replay. Regardless, like the video. Regardless, subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do so. And I want every single one of you guys as well to keep getting involved in the chat, keep letting us know your opinions, keep cooking, lads, So big up to all of you guys. We have hit 42.5k subscribers as well. So this is a very good milestone, if you would like, on the way to 50,000 subscribers. So the road continues. So guys, we're going to be discussing all the top 6 games today. We are going to be talking about Manchester City absolutely bottling it against Man United in the last seconds. We're going to talk about Spurs getting their first win since forever, to be honest with you. I don't even remember the last time Spurs won a game. It's insane. So yeah. And we're going to be talking about who else? Oh yeah, we're gonna be talking about Arsenal drawing at home to Everton, 0-0. Liverpool valiant draw with 10 men against Fulham, and we are here, Habibis. So on your way in, slap the like button and subscribe. And for the 500th time, if you're watching this on the replay, I must clarify, guys, I am not on any social media app. I am only on Snapchat. My Snapchat is Hussam LFC. Take this word, put LFC next to it, and add me. That's the only place I exist on social media. I'm not anywhere else. Not on Twitter, not on Instagram, not on Telegram, not on TikTok, not anywhere else. So this is the only place you can find me. If you want to keep in contact with me, right here, Hussam LFC. That's the only place I am on Snapchat. So, joining me first and foremost, they're now in the title race. The chill guy joke, the chill guy gimmick is now finito, because there is nothing chill about that club anymore. Palmer, disgusting stinker, and they still ended up winning. It's crazy. So, joining us on the channel, and like Lewis. Hello, Lewis.
Big up, my guy. Always great to be back, especially under these circumstances. But I do have a bone to pick with you about your review on our game. You said we played terribly. You said Palmer played terribly. I am very confused. I don't know what game you were watching, but I'm glad you were watching us at the very least. But shouts to...
Can you guys hear Lewis, or is it just me? You can't hear him. Yeah, hold that. And you're lagging. Hold that. Just like Palmer in front of goal yesterday. Damn.
There we
Jackson
go.
saving.
Fuck this microphone. It's a piece of shit anyway. Right. Like we said, though, it's great to be back under these circumstances. Palmer was not crap, though, and Chelsea played well. And yeah, other than that, road to 40 points is nearly completed. What game is it? Fulham, the next West London derby. We will be there. And speaking of beating teams in West London, ain't for everybody. Up the Chelsea. Up the Chelsea.
Joining us next on the channel, he went. By the way, you have an echo as well. I don't know what it is. If you have just at this point, just leave and rejoin or fix it or whatever. I don't even know. Okay, joining us on the channel next as well, Amad Diallo went to the Etihad, 1-0 down in the 90th minute, and they left with 3 points. Joining us on the channel, he did us all a favor, and City are buried now. Shikh, how are you doing, Shikh, Habibi?
City lost again, ole ole. City lost again, ole ole. City lost again. City lost again. City lost again, ole ole. Big up to everyone, man. How's everyone doing today? Make sure y'all smashing up the like. Make sure y'all subscribing to Hussam and everybody on the panel. We got a lot to discuss. We have a lot to talk about this episode, and yeah, we're locked in, man. Big up. Can't hear you, Lewis. Yeah, I still can't hear you.
Damn, he's moving like Palmer in front of goal yesterday. Anyway, someone that was a lot more clinical. Someone that was a lot more clinical. Guys, Spurs won a game of football And not only did they win a game of football, they also were 4-0 up or 5-0 up in the first half. And Russell Martin got sacked with his hands in his pocket. Man like Jacob is in the building. Hello, Jacob.
Baby, we back. Hey, you thought the Ainge train was stopping? You thought the Ainge train was derailed? Ha, fool. You thought you were a railroad engineer. You're not.
Hey, Jacob, raise your hands if you've beaten City at the Etihad. This season.
We haven't played them yet at the Etihad. Raise your
Hey,
hand if we
and
beat
you're
them
only
at the
gonna
Etihad
y'all
this
gonna
season.
say it's only
We haven't played
Southampton,
them
but
yet.
y'all no, people go. I already see that it's only Southampton. Yeah, it's only Southampton. They got clapped. It's only two cheeks that got smacked together, going 5 times over. Huh. And that was just the first half. Baby, we back. We are so back.
Are you done? No? Great. Anyway.
I can keep going. Look, Tottenham.
No. We have
the
people in the background. Don't be
Okay.
rude to our other guests.
Well,
You fraud.
it seemed like you were still allowing the layup, so I was gonna, lay it.
No,
Actually, I was
no,
gonna
you
yambone that.
This ain't ever gonna end if I let you go. And joining us, I don't even know who should I intro next. Who's like more embarrassing? Vator, I can't lie, you were 1-0 up. So I have to intro you last because you were 1-0 up with 5 minutes to go. So joining us is someone who knows nothing about being 1-0 up because he couldn't score against Everton this week. Egal, hello, brother.
What's going on, everyone? Everyone blessed?
Big up, bro.
Yeah. You know,
Big up,
Jacob
Egal.
is so shameless, man. Jacob is so shameless.
We're back. We are back.
Sheikh is smiling and he's gonna have chest today. I love to see it. And Hussam, I don't know how you're feeling, but you seem like you're excited too.
Is it working now?
Yes. Lewis is
Yeah.
back.
My dumbass had the
Oh,
volume down. That's what it was. Stinker and hooked.
Yeah. Lewis, you got the snuggie on.
Yeah, come on, man. This is the best edition I've had in months. I feel comfy.
Yeah, I got
feel
2 of
good.
those, man. I love those.
I feel chill.
Oh, that's why you wear that.
Oh, this
You know
guy.
what? I have a take on that. We're gonna talk about that later.
Yeah, we are. Don't worry.
Yeah, after
And
we
last
talk
but
about
not least, the biggest bottle job, ladies and gentlemen. 1-0 up against Man United to end up losing 2-1 in like 3 minutes. Actually, it genuinely, factually took 115 seconds between both Man United goals. Vator,
No.
hi, brother.
It did.
Vader.
Hey, everybody, raise your hand if you're in single digits in the standings. Everybody, raise your hand if you're in single digits in the standings.
No one play along with this game.
Raise your
I'm
hand
single
if you
digits
haven't-
away
if you
from
haven't
top
won
4.
1 in 11.
Raise your hand if you're
Raise your hand if you
single
haven't
digits
won 1
away
in
from
11.
top.
Guys,
Raise your hand if you haven't
don't
won
let
1
him
in 11.
dictate. Don't let him dictate.
What do you mean?
Hey, raise your
Raise
hand
your
if you
hands
haven't
if
won
you're in
11.
single
1 in
digits in the
11.
standings. That's
Vader,
all I'm
get
saying.
out of here. Get out of here.
1 in
You
11.
need- Your manager is one step away from looking like Rey Mysterio.
Let's
after
not
he
do
gets
the
hit in
manager
chair.
talk, Egal. Let's not do the manager talk. Don't do
Oh,
that.
why can't we?
Anyone else
Any
can
other
do
manager-
that.
Someone
It's
has
not
an echo,
you.
I don't know who, but whenever someone
It's
speaks,
definitely
we can
Vader.
hear it twice.
The moment
Yeah,
Vader
Vader, I
joins,
think
Yeah, it was
you,
when
but-
Vader joined.
Yeah, I think it's
Can't
Vader.
be
You.
again.
It's
You
you,
hear an echo.
the
Testing
feed
1,
comes
2.
back to us.
Might be gone now.
yeah,
hear
it's
an
the
echo?
ghost of
I hear an
City.
echo every time I play City. Win.
Wait, let's try to test it now. Ahmad,
Win.
Ahmad,
Win.
Ahmad,
Ahmad.
penalty,
Win.
1 in
Walker.
11.
Kyle
Okay,
Walker.
there's
Kyle
no.
Oh,
Walker.
yeah, there's no echo.
Kyle Walker.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, guys, I know I'm top of the league, but I have to be here. House rules, because I drew this week next to these 2 bums right here. Here we go. Afolian give us a win on loan to Man City, is what Red Light Teranga is
Can you guys
saying.
hear me now?
Sean Dyche eats corner
Yeah.
flag for breakfast. Egal. I can't believe they tried set piece FC, shut the troops against the final boss of set pieces. It's actually hilarious. Chelsea are not in a title race. That you are,
Up
but
the
we're gonna get
Chelsea.
there
Big
when
up
we get there.
Nathaniel.
Yeah, big up Nathaniel, though. We will get there. Stop just following Lewis like a fraud. You are.
No,
in a
these
title
guys have their own opinions. I've said they're entitled to believe we're in a title race. I don't. That's all.
race. Is this a bad joke or something I don't
Oh my
understand?
God.
Just type in
That's
Lily
the-
Phillips
that's
on
the 100
Google.
guys
Yeah,
in one
just-
day.
Don't do it.
Type it
It's
on
haram. I'm pretty sure Lily Phillips is haram. I'm not sure because
Okay, does
I'm
she
married, but
do?
I don't
Just look
need
it
to
up.
know.
Is
Just
she
look it up.
is she
Just
a
look it up.
corn star? Is that it?
Bro,
Not
she's
a
not a
porn
porn star. She
star,
just
but
slept
like
with
if you
100
change
men.
the first letter.
This guy said just.
Obviously, I'm
She's
not gonna say that word. You both.
She's very press resistant.
Okay.
She's trying to do
Oh
it.
my god.
Thank
She's
you,
trying to do
Gonzo, for the
1,000
super
next.
chat, and we're gonna move on rapidly before this spirals out of control. Big up to all of you guys. Listen, there's already 550 people locked in. We haven't even started the show yet. You guys are all worse than Erling Haaland. You're all worse than Pep. You're all worse than the Arsenal attack. We're not even at 200 likes yet. Every single one of you guys right now, please hit the like button.
You're all
Please
worse than
subscribe to the
Robertson?
channel. This very second. Keep getting involved in the chat as well. We want to hear all your opinions, but first, like and subscribe. And first match we have to start with, of course, is the Manchester Derby. You know?
It's not Tottenham, Southampton?
No, it's not. The capitulation.
Damn.
Ladies and gentlemen, the capitulation. Jacob, are you not excited 1 week to actually cook people instead of get cooked?
Bro, I'm ready to cook those Southampton Saints. Look at that ugly ass stadium, St. Mary's.
Park
More
that to the
like
side.
Devil
Today's
Mary.
bigger
What?
than Jacob. Today's bigger than that. You can cook Egal and you can cook Vator. Think of all the shit they told you. Just think. Shikh, talk to
They
me.
weren't always wrong.
Yeah, man. What a crazy weekend. What a crazy game itself. Lots to talk about before the game too. Obviously, the biggest news that we heard going into that game was Rashford and Garnacho being dropped entirely, not just from the lineup, but from the squad. So that's, I think, yeah, I have to credit Ruben Amorim for the ruthlessness of course. Big decision to make. I think me personally too, I was saying Rashford maybe could turn up in a game like this. He has a good track record to score against City, especially at the Etihad. So we could have used him out there. But hey, I was all for that decision. Garnacho, don't even have to honestly say anything about that guy anymore. And I'll talk a little bit about him later. But yeah, going into that game, lineup was cool. I wasn't really too stressed about it. The only issue that I had was Bruno playing in the 8 and obviously Mount being on the pitch. But Mount obviously picked up the injury in the first half, and first half was terrible, honestly, from us. If I'm being completely honest, I think we just kept, kicking the ball around, but weren't really creating anything. Ahmad looked like, again, our best outlet, attacking threat, even in the first half. But second half was a completely different story. I think second half, we came out as a much, much better team. I also think that we deserved to win the game from where it was, even though 80th minute we were 1-0 down. The intent that we showed in the second half was credit to Ruben Amorim for whatever team talk he had at halftime, completely changed it. City, I think De Bruyne, stinker and hooked. Haaland, stinker. Most of their players, Foden, don't even want to talk about that guy, didn't show up. He was one player that I was actually afraid of because he also has a good track record against scoring in the derby, especially at the Etihad. I think he had 2 goals last season and a hat-trick before that. So with all that being said, I didn't really see City as a threat. I think even though they went 1-0 up with a wicked deflection across a set piece, you could say, but Dalot and Højlund should have done a lot better in that situation. But after that, I feel like they just kind of sat back, and they still invited attacks from us because there were moments here and there. Ahmad had that one header, which was saved. Bruno had that one chance, which was the one-on-one. And at that point in the game, it kind of felt like it wasn't going to be our day. Bruno missing that sitter. I think Højlund should have had a penalty, blatant penalty. He got fouled in the box. I don't know how they didn't give that. But yeah, it seemed like it really wasn't just going to be our day. And then out of nowhere, Matheus Nunes makes a mistake. Very foolish mistake. If you actually look at the graphic of where Ahmad was, there was no one in the box. Xerxes and Ugarte were the closest players, and he had to play a pass backwards to get them. So there's no reason for you to make that foul, but he does. And yeah, Bruno, shameless celebration from him, to be honest, after missing that 1v1, doing all of this and all that stuff after scoring the penalty. But yeah, we score one, we make it 1-1, and I'm just like, okay, at least we can kind of leave with a point. But a part of me was like, yo, let's just turn on the Jets. Last couple of minutes, just throw the kitchen sink at them, and that's what we did. It was literally one over the top ball from Lisandro Martinez and Amad Diallo. Man, what can I talk about this guy? This guy, Amad Diallo, it's so crazy that people in my fan base were defending Garnacho over this guy last season. The fact that Ten Hag didn't want to play a player like him is absolutely crazy. But hey, he's not here at the club anymore, so it doesn't matter. But Amad Diallo, shout out to you, bro. Give him whatever contract he wants. He looks like he's the best player. I mean, if we bring up his numbers under Ruben Amorim, I think he's had 6 or 7 GNA in the games that he's played for. So yeah, we win. Happy days. City lose again. Ole ole. Yes, we moved from 13th 213th.
I think
but-
you're fraudulent for one thing, though. United
Yeah.
definitely didn't play badly in the first half. I think United was the better team from start to finish. The way that you played out of the City press, the way that you passed the ball around, even the fact that City only had 2% more possession than you, shows you that you dominated possession. And for me, the thing that I pointed out as well yesterday on MHF, I know you were in the chat watching, it's where like the last pass of the press went to. Every time United played out of the press, the last pass either found the Diallo or found the Bruno or found Hoyland or found the Dallo on the other side as well. So you played out of the press really well. I think you were the better team all throughout, and defensively, most importantly for me, watching that game, City only had one big chance the whole game. So that shows me that you completely nullified them and kept possession at the same time. So you did both, which is why I think it was a well-coached performance from start to finish. The only thing that let you down is when you did go to get those chances in the first half and in the second half, you just didn't capitalize. I mean, Bruno with the chip, as you said,
Has
you
to
know,
score.
and other moments as well. If you scored them, this could have been a really nasty result for Man City. So that's why, for me, I think you out-coached Pep, and I think you played an actual great game from minute 0 till minute 90, but in the end, you were just clinical.
I think, like, I agree with you in terms of control of the game, but going forward in that first half, it was still it was similar to like the Arsenal performance. Like in the first half against Arsenal too, we kept a lot of possession, controlled the game, but really weren't able to create any clear-cut chances. And I think that's maybe what the game plan was. Obviously, Mount got injured, so we had to make a change early to bring Mainu in. And what a performance from him too, because he came in and absolutely controlled the game too. Like, only issue that I had with him was going forward, but other than that, he did his job that he was required to do with Ugarte in the middle. So, yeah, rest all players. Maguire, like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but he was actually our best defender yesterday, like over De Ligt and Martinez. Like, he was solid. I don't think he made any error. I was a little bit nervous about how, you know, I don't know if you guys like have seen in moments where our center backs push up near even past the halfway line sometimes just to win the ball, and he did that a couple of times, and I had an issue. I was nervous that he might get spun around and then they're through on goal and we're just tracking back, but that didn't happen at all. And he looked like the most calmest defender out of everyone. So shout out to him for that too. The only two players that I would say didn't have the best of performances was one Diogo Dalot and one Rasmus Højlund. Diogo Dalot, I'd say that because he actually got the better of Kyle Walker in early on in the game in the first like 10 to 15 minutes, and just never tried that ever again. Him in the final third too has been a little bit poor as of late. Like last season wasn't that big of an issue. He was scoring goals, getting assists, but this season for whatever reason, he's just terrible in the final third. So that, yeah, I think we needed to utilize our wingbacks a little bit more in that game too. I think we would have been a bigger threat because Ahmad sometimes was even dropping in that wingback role and still picking up the ball and progressing it on the right-hand side. So cool, we moved 2-1. Whether we deserve to win or not, it doesn't matter. City can hold that. And yeah, man, like I said about Pep, he's spiraling. I said this a couple of weeks ago. This is different from other times. We've seen Pep be in bad form in other seasons and catch up by February or March or April, whatever, but we've not seen him be 1-11. And this time it's different. And I feel like conversations need to be had. City,
you're welcome for that, by the way.
City need to rebuild. They need to. Their problems. From what the game that I saw yesterday, their problems run much deeper than just Rodri not being in the team. That's all I'd say. So
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
And
speaking of that problem,
and you're all welcome for that as well, because Ainge broke Pep. Just remember that Ainge started this historical downfall.
Speaking of problems,
lest we forget,
Hamza on the north, my brother. This is no longer a Rodri thing anymore. What's going on, bro? Like, what's actually happening?
Who's been saying that it's only been a Rodri thing? Like that was like early in the season. No one has been saying that the only problem over at Manchester City is because Rodri's out. We've been pointing out several things. Whether you guys have been listening to it is another story. This game in Manchester United, this derby, if you want to dress it up and say that United were dominant from beginning to end, you can try and do that. If you look at the game with your eye test, okay. If you look at the game and you're going to geek out and nerd out and look at the stats and say that United had a better game, show me what you're looking at to determine that. I think this was a game that was very poor from both sides, but we should have won that game had it not been for a 2-minute collapse. Had it not been for a 2-minute collapse, we should have won that game, as ugly as it was, 1-0. But we had an error with a player playing it back. And again, Diallo, credit to him. I did a show a little earlier, and I spoke about why City lost. City lost because of that player. City lost because a player was like, you know what, I have an opportunity, I'm going to make the most of it. Had it not been for a few, and he'll learn, he's a young player, but had it not been for Diallo not properly reading, being on side, he could have been a lot more threatening. He could have been in situations that could have made it a lot worse for us. But he got smarter as the game progressed. He got his opportunity and he made the most of it. And I was literally yelling at my screen, demanding that we do a lot of similar things to what United do. Just put the ball into space, send it over top, send it, and let my man Haaland, let the cyborg run and barge into Maguire, barge into whoever's going to try and defend him, or maybe make the defense have to kind of panic a little bit and try to decide who's going to do what. Let's make those opportunities. Let's create those. We're not doing it. We're gun shy everywhere on that pitch, and this is not a good City. So Shikh being a little calm, being like, you know what, not gassing it up too much. I actually respect it. For the United fans that think that Amarin is the guy, and oh, you know what, we're on to bigger and better things. Hey, relax. Don't use us as the benchmark. Don't use this Manchester City as the benchmark. Yes, we've won a treble. Yes, we won 4 in a row. But that's not the club. That's not the team you're seeing right now. You're seeing a squad that has many players missing, including the Ballon d'Or player that you guys remind me of. And of course, but it's not just him missing. It's players defensively that we weren't able to actually put in this derby, which you need. So I'm going to take this loss. I'm still 1-11 now, not 1-10. I'm about to play Aston Villa, so it might be 1-12. But this is where I gotta.
Villa are on their own bad run, by the way, just so you know.
Yeah, it's
Nice
not as
little
bad
middle.
as this, though. It's not as bad as this.
I'm shocked. Vator.
Oh, but Unai Emery.
1 second, Jacob. I expect better from everyone in this panel. Vader's blatantly lying to the public. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't blatantly
Who's
lie
lying
to the
about
public.
what?
We all watch the game. We have
This is
eyes.
Vader.
We can look at the statistics. We can look at the chances. You can watch the
I was
highlights.
waiting- I was gonna
You
wait
can watch
for
the
him to-
extended
Hold on,
highlights.
hold on.
You can rewatch. Let me finish. You can
This is
rewatch
just
the whole
Vader.
90 minutes.
Let you finish. I didn't even finish.
Okay, I'm sorry. Continue. I'll mute my mic.
So when I
Vader.
point out,
Just remember, if you forget your past, you're going to compromise your future. But continue.
yeah, absolutely. Now, with regards to this game, this is a poor City. This was a poor City that I was pointing out almost won the game. 2 minutes left in this game, and we almost won it. Now, I don't know what Egal's about to talk about. I wanted to point out the players that played for me. I'll let him do what he's gonna do. The Pep is not the manager that's not trying to find solutions. Pep is not the manager that's saying, you know what, I'm tired, I'm retiring. He's not doing that. Pep is the manager being like, you know what, it's on me. It's on me. I need to do better. I need to find a way to get these guys to actually close out games.
Pep, the manager who's
And-
waiting for January transfer window. Also, I think that's what he's doing. He's waiting for it.
Pep.
So
Every club, Arsenal, Liverpool, and probably yourself are waiting for the January transfer window. So
I'm not waiting for
my
a January
club's no
transfer window.
different.
I'm waiting for the summer, but it is what it is. You're waiting for the
I
January
need
transfer
January.
window.
I need my dopamine.
I didn't even
There you
spend
go.
money in the summer to begin with for you to tell me I'm
Get me
waiting
some
for January.
Brazilians.
I got a free
I bought
gun again, and I
Chiesa.
bought Savinho. So yeah, I'm gonna buy in the January transfer window. Yeah, I got a free gun again, and I
Later,
got
what's
Savinho.
Chiesa's shirt number?
Can we stay on topic, please?
What do I care
Can we
about
stay on
Chiesa's
topic?
shirt number? What do I care about that?
What
Yeah.
happened?
So-
What happened on
even
Sunday?
seen him yet.
Vader, you
So
need to finish off.
No,
that.
listen. I would, but Sheik wanted to talk about my manager waiting for a January transfer window. Like, can I address Sheik?
Okay,
If he
fair
brings something up, let me address it.
I
the
think
players
I
that I
think
saw,
you are. I think right now. I
you're
just want to
impatient.
address
All
one
right,
thing
you're
you said
impatient.
because
Relax.
before
It's
you filibuster and go on for another
I'm not
25 minutes
filibustering.
about
I'm
something
almost done.
complete bullshit.
I am almost done. Honestly.
Okay,
All right?
so by the
Okay.
time you're done, everyone's gonna forget all the fraudulence you had at the beginning of the statement.
Just let Egal go at this point. Go ahead, Egal.
No, I'm not. No. I cook my food on a stove. He likes to microwave it. Let me just do this. Now, the players that play for me,
You got a cold pizza oven.
Oh my gosh. See, I can't even say what I want to say. Now, when it comes down to the players that played and what Pep did with regards to the system, I'm actually calm with. I saw Pep introduce a different system. We played 3 at the back. He had players in different positions. He had Nunes, who unfortunately cost us, but Nunes was playing on the left. Nunes played on the right. On the right is when he surrendered the goal. Now, I like that my manager is still tinkering. My manager is not calling it quits. My manager, before all this even started, said, I'm here for 2. Not a 1+1. I'm here for 2. So it's long for all of you. Take this season as an off season. I'm leaning back. I'm like, listen, I know you're chilling, Lewis. I know you're chilling, but grab that baton. I need you to do a madness.
Leave me alone, man.
I hear it.
There,
Man. All right, I won't speak on it. But
chill,
what
guy.
I have is a manager.
They already started with the blue brother bullshit. I told you none of that today.
Yeah, why are you on this blue brother
big
crap
talk
again?
from the guy who didn't show up to cook Hamza on El Awa. I turned up.
Bro, I didn't get home till midnight. At that point, Husam's about to end the show.
Not my fault. Go on your phone.
Nah, bro.
You have Wi-Fi.
I don't want to get the guy demonetized. I'm in a loud area.
No blue brother bullshit today, Lewis.
Yeah, none of that shit.
Oh yeah, Red Cartel can only do it, right?
Strays?
Okay,
No, what do you mean? This has nothing to do with Red Cartel. Vator spent the last 9 minutes waffling about you deserve to win. Deserve to win what, bro? You had 0 big chances.
We had the better chances.
You literally had 0 big chances.
Yeah, the better
0
chances
big
in the
chances.
game.
Talking about you deserve to win. What game are you watching here? You can have my glasses, bro. Maybe it's
I
better
had
than
0
yours.
big chances. I had 0 big chances.
You go look
We
at
had
the
more
stats.
big chances.
Bro,
We had
the
more
best
big
chance-
chances.
Wait. When did United have their big chances? Was it trying to
Bruno
get a
one-on-one?
equalizer?
Bruno one-on-one. Ahmad header, which was saved by Ederson.
Ahmad
That was a
header,
big chance.
Diallo on the first half.
Oilen
Which was
almost
offside. It was
got
offside.
given
Yeah,
a
it was
penalty.
offside.
So when my
And we should have got a
keeper makes
penalty.
saves-
And we should have got a penalty.
And
Yeah.
they should have had a penalty on Ruben Diaz
Do
before.
not, no. Don't be fraudulent. Don't be fraudulent and talk about penalties, Sheikh. Don't do that.
No, I'm just saying
When
we
you're
should have had a
mad-
penalty. I didn't
No,
mention.
I don't want to hear. I don't want to
I
hear
didn't
about we
mention
should
that
have.
it was a big thing.
I don't
I've
wanna
always
hear about
said.
we should have.
One second, Vader.
I don't
I
wanna
always
hear
say
about the we
referee
should have.
decisions don't allow them to make a
Vader,
decision.
Vader,
That's what I'm
I
saying.
don't want to
You
hear
came
about
on-
the
you
we
came on-
should
It
have.
should have been a penalty though.
You,
It should have
your
been a penalty. That's
boy,
what I'm saying.
bear
We're letting
hug.
him off the
Your
hook.
boy bear hug Holland on a corner, and I don't want to hear about penalties.
Bro,
Let's not do
the
that.
Hoyland one was more
Oh
clear. The Hoyland
my
one was more clear
God.
than that Holland one. The Hoyland one was much more clear. Ruben Diaz got none of the ball. He put his leg right across Hoyland.
I'm gonna
None
say
of the zero ball. Like he got
Oh my
nothing.
I'm
goodness.
actually gonna
Oh
explode.
my goodness.
But anyways, the point is that those are just these are
Hey,
factors
yo.
of why we had a better game than you. We deserve to win
No.
in the second half,
Yes,
especially.
United
We
deserve
had
to win
full
the game.
intent
Fact.
to go and score
And
that
he
goal.
said
No.
City deserved to win the game 1-0, and you all sat there, just let it go.
Yeah.
I was
You should've.
shocked. You came on the show.
We let him
and you had
speak.
the
That's
Yeah, we
why.
let him speak. Yeah, that's why.
You had no, but
Respectful.
nobody's facial
Be
expressions changed.
respectful
I'm
to the guy
looking
when
at
he
everyone.
speaks.
Everyone's just like it's normal what Vader says. You
Yeah,
came on
because
here and
Vader's
said
the
We're
top.
just-
you
we're just
deserve to
letting
win
land,
1-0. Bro, do you understand? You did what you made fun of Arsenal doing at your ground the last couple of years, at your own ground versus Manchester United. You sat back and you defended. You
That's
you
not
had
true.
0 shots on target, 3 shots the whole second half. The whole
How
entire
many shots
second half.
did they have?
They had 6. They had more shots on
No,
target
on
than you had
target.
shots in total.
How many shots? What? What are we looking
In
at?
the second half, Manchester United were the only team
In
trying
total,
to go
in
for it.
total, it's a game of 90 minutes.
Listen,
It's a game of 90
I-
minutes.
Yeah, but as
I'm-
an example,
I'm
one
giving
second,
you
as
my
an example,
example
Bruno,
of what happened in the game.
yeah,
You
and
said
the
you
Bruno
deserved to win
1-on-1
1-0.
wasn't even a shot on
You said
target
you
because he
deserved
missed
to
it.
win
wasn't.
1-0.
Why was the 1-on-1?
You guys
Yeah,
are
so I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about
One
it.
second,
It's
What
not
do
a
you
show
mean
on
you don't want to hear
target. I don't
about
want
it?
to hear
It's
about it.
literally a big chance.
Just go on mute. Just go on
Oh my
mute.
gosh,
Just go on
this-
mute. Just
these-
go on mute.
these
Then.
stat
You don't
nerds
have to
of
speak.
big
You don't have to
chances.
speak.
If
But
it's not on
fraudulent
target, it
is
You're
doesn't
trying to
mean
unbelievable.
anything.
deflect. You're trying to deflect. Vader, please. 1
We're
second.
counting shots off target.
First
now.
things
All right.
first.
All right, they got
No
it.
one,
Go ahead.
no one here is going to be talking about your beloved Phil Foden today. You got serious things we need to discuss. Okay. Number one, you're talking about you deserve
Arsenal
to win
fan
1-0.
drinking Phil Foden.
1-0 where? Manchester United looked like they were going to score more goals than 2 goals on that game. They had the situation with the header. They had the Bruno 1-on-1. Potentially could have got a penalty. Ahmad scored the goal, and of course Bruno scored the penalty. And on top of that, they also had another 6 shots in the second half to your 3. They looked like they were the only team pushing for equalizer and a winner. Where you guys sat back and knew your defense was vulnerable and sat back and defended for majority of that second half. Pep knew you guys are defensively vulnerable. And not only are you defensively vulnerable, you showed you lack the creativity that you used to have. You showed that you lack the attacking announce that you used to have, because you did not have the same level of creativity you usually would have. You did not have the same level of forward thinking offensively that you usually would have. And we always talk about managers trusting their players, managers trusting their defense, managers trusting their team. Yes, Pep changed it up, but at the same time, I'm looking at your team and I'm saying to yourself, John Stone's on that bench. What's going on with him? Did he just come back from injury? Is he not playing? You've been calling for Pussy to play more minutes. He's not giving him any opportunities. Instead, he gives Mateus Nunes more minutes, and that guy's been stinking it up. Gundogan, I'm not even going to get into Gundogan and all these other guys. Overall, you came on the show today and you had the audacity to say you deserve to win. Manchester United not only deserve to win, they deserve to batter you the way they played in that second half compared to how you played. You played cowardice. You played like you were the smaller team. You played like you were just going to protect the lead and sit back for the rest of the game. Something you criticized Arsenal for, something you criticized other teams doing at your ground, and you're at home. This is a Manchester derby. You're at home, and you're doing this to Manchester United. Well, I don't know why you're yapping. Let me finish.
Break us down, though. You couldn't break us down.
And then finally,
but apparently I sat back.
I don't know why everyone's talking. I'm gonna give Manchester United their credit. Amad Diallo, this guy is a star. Star is born. The guy, if people didn't know who he is, they know who he is now. That Manchester derby will be remembered as the Amad derby. He took control of that game. Rashford wasn't playing. Garnacho wasn't playing. Amran was proven right by making that decision, and that performance from that kid shows that he should be one of the guys you build around going forward. If you're going to do anything, you know now this guy should be getting more minutes. And what on earth was Eric Ten Hag doing, not giving him more minutes? It's ridiculous. I'm done.
Okay, before anyone else, did everyone here watch the game? Everyone watched it?
I saw enough of the game. I was in between the match day, innit? I saw enough.
Does show of hands if you think United deserve to win the game?
Is Jacob even listening?
Jacob, did you watch the game?
Look, just based on the way you fumbled those 2
Fair
minutes.
enough, maybe didn't watch it. Yeah, here's the thing I want to say. Vator is bringing out stats, but when I spoke about the stat, he said, "Oh, you want to bring out your cute little statistics." Egal is 100% right. I watched the game of two clubs that I hate, knowing that I hate Shikh's club the most. I did United hate alongs when they were 14th. I want that club to liquidate. Everyone knows my thoughts on Manchester United. This is not a secret. But you had zero big chances in the game. And the reason why the shots on target one is a weak argument even in itself is the fact that Bruno Fernandes didn't hit the target on a one-on-one. Manchester City had zero big chances, which is a bigger indicator of your creativity. If you're telling me you had more passes in the final third, this is expected. You're at home to Man United, and passing left, passing right 5,000 times counts as a pass in the final third. So when Jack Grealish comes on, pop, 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 pass back. Shout out for the judgment. Pop, 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 pass back. This is this new City thing here. This is the new City thing. Every week there is an excuse. He wanted to come here and blame Kyle Walker, but Kyle Walker had a very good game, so he couldn't.
That's a damn lie.
No.
They
wanted.
Kyle Walker's embarrassing, by the way, for the stuff that he was doing with Hoyland.
Regardless.
No, don't regardless.
They've scapegoated Kyle Walker all season long. They've spoken about the Rodri injury. The truth of the matter is, player for player, yesterday, Manchester City's team was a lot better than the Man United team. They had Maguire starting at centre-back. You had Ederson, your main keeper. Yes, we know Rodri's injured. We get it. But KDB played, Foden played, Doku played, Grealish played, Savinho played. And you created zero big chances in the whole game, which is why excuses are just weak. And I'm going to reiterate something, whether people like it or not. If Salah or Palmer or Saka was having the season that Phil Foden is having, they would be headline newspapers. They would be on the front pages talking about how they're crap and they're rubbish and they're letting the team down. This guy now has less assists than goalkeepers in this league. He has less assists than Bernd Leno, former Arsenal keeper playing for Fulham. Erling Haaland, since he said stay humble, has scored 1 goal in the last 500 games. Kevin De Bruyne, I can't cook him because he's a Premier League legend and he's old now, so I can't speak about him. But some of the players that Manchester City employ, yesterday the mistake from Matheus Nunes, yesterday Doku did, even though he tried to dribble past Mazraoui, did more in his time than Grealish did probably the whole season. Ladies and gentlemen, one more player that doesn't get criticism, Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish has not scored a goal since September last year. Deep it. No one replied. Just think about this. It is now December 16th, 2024. Jack Grealish has not scored a goal since September 2023. 2025 is less than 2 weeks away. He has not scored a goal since September 2023. And
now you might just got to give him a penalty or something at this point.
All of us on the panel, and yes, I speak for everyone on the panel because I know what I'm saying. All of us on this panel have had bad days and banter eras and shit managers and shit players. None of us have ever won 1 in 11. I didn't win 1 in 11 even with Roy Hodgson. This guy didn't even win 1 in 11 with some of the worst managers he has seen at his club. Sheikh had David Moyes, didn't win 1 in 11. He had the likes of Oli, didn't win 1 in 11. Jacob has been struggling with his fan base wanting the new manager out every time for the last 4 years. Even he hasn't won 1 in 11. Egal has went through a banter era towards the end of Wenger.
Arteta, 1 in 10.
Yeah, he hasn't went through 1 in 11. And you have all those players. And by the way, everyone's acting like City. Oh, poor little City. They're going. Habibi, you won 4 in a row. You signed Gundogan and you signed Savinho, who was in team of the season in La Liga. So let's not act like you had a better summer than me. You literally had a better summer than me. I signed Chiesa. Would you rather Chiesa or Savinho? Exactly. One transfer alone.
What does that matter? What does that matter?
Because we're sick of the excuses.
No, it matters nothing. It matters nothing because it has nothing to do with excuses. Because when we have the conversation, do we not talk about context? Do we not talk about the players that are available? So you want to bring up who I signed? I signed 2. You signed 1, right? You want to talk about who's available, who's playing?
Oh my!
Yeah. Have you seen Chiesa this whole year?
What does that matter when you don't have the same players?
Because Savinho was in the team of the season, Habibi, in La Liga. Who cares?
Yeah.
I do. And Gundogan.
You know who else does well in La Liga? Brian Hill, Giovanni Lo Celso. So
yeah, but those
what does that mean?
Those are not necessarily
what is Savinho
players.
doing? What is Savinho doing?
I
ain't seen him do nothing. I seen him get pocketed by Ben Davies. I seen Ben Davies own him twice.
This is
and
my
Holland.
issue.
Holland at this point.
This is my issue. When you guys want to talk about,
if I make Sheikh play for Manchester City, he would score more than 1 goal in a year.
I'm gonna say in less appearances, same amount of goal contributions. Neymar, he's a very talented footballer as well.
Facts.
But
so my
0
issue
goals.
is my issue is when you guys want to look at the game. You say you're doing your whole eye test. You're watching the game. I don't want to hear about big chances. If the shot's off target, I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about at the end of 90 minutes or Egal.
Okay. Well, Vader, besides your goal, which by the way, your goal was
no, Vader, answer
deflection.
this question. Did you
Wicked
have a
deflection,
chance on target in the second half?
Yes, did you? I was going to ask the same thing. Where was your big chance in the game?
What my big chance was, I scored a goal, Sheikh.
Okay, you scored a goal. You scored a goal, which was, like I said, by the way, it was a set piece which took a wicked deflection, went straight to Guardiola of all people too. That's the guy who scored your goal in that game. Where was everybody else? Where were all the other chances though? You guys could have easily gone 2-0 up. Where were all those chances? Where was burying the game off?
And your logic is so weak for the shot on target thing because you're basically saying if someone shoots from halfway line, it's more dangerous than someone running 1-on-1 and missing.
I'm asking you, Vader. Where's your evidence? What's the evidence in that game that suggests that you deserve to win this game?
You're getting gegenpressed. Hold that. Go ahead.
There is no evidence.
Hold that.
What evidence?
How does Pep deal with the gegenpress?
To suggest that you
can try and talk, and then Egal can try and talk, and then
let me ask a question for you, Vader. Now that Sheikh's talked and you're worried about all the different questions, I'm gonna throw one at you. Why is Pep more cut up than an emo concert?
Oh my God!
What are we doing?
Because Pep's a serial winner and he's never been able to deal with something like this before.
When I go to Warped Tour, I see less scratches. I'm just saying. And it's supposed to be football. This ain't no damn punk rock emo festival.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
When you guys want to talk about shots on target, Egal wants to talk about a second half. Egal doesn't want to talk about a full 90 minutes. Sheikh wants to talk about, what big chances did you have after you scored a goal?
No. What evidence do you suggest that you deserve to win this game? That's what I'm asking.
Bro,
first half, second half, both. First half, second half, both.
My evidence is when I point out if it weren't for the last 2 minutes and you guys all looking shocked, Egal looking like he doesn't understand English. The last 2 minutes of this game, we would have won without an error by Nunes. That's the evidence, Shikh, about why I say confidently that we could have won the game. Now, had it not been for a Nunes error, what are we talking about here? That's my point.
You're
now,
being
at
dishonest.
the end of 90 minutes, 3 shots on target for United, 3 shots on target for City. Don't give me all this big chances, shots. Oh, if it was on target, it would have been so-and-so. I don't care. A full 90 minutes, we had the same amount of shots on target.
Okay.
Had it not been for the last 2 minutes, I win the game. That's the logic I am using. Now, tell me
if it wasn't for the last 2 minutes, if it wasn't for the last 2 minutes, you're winning, you're saying. But look at what led up to the last 2 minutes. It was you guys basically saying the whole second half, Manchester United, see if you can break us down. And the whole time they're peppering you.
Hold on. You go keep that point.
Yeah, so what happened in the last 2 minutes? What happened in the last 2 minutes?
Egal, your point about saying that City just tried to hold on, is that in agreement? Am I looking at a full panelist of Shikh, Hussam, Jacob, and Lewis agreeing with that point?
Yeah,
I agree with you choosing
I wasn't paying
the
attention,
content.
but yes.
You're choosing the stats. Okay, let me just say.
Back in the second half. That's not about it.
One second. Let me answer.
No.
You're choosing.
He's
Bro,
Vator. Do you guys not all agree? Man City sat back in the second half.
Egal, 1 second. You're choosing the statements or the stats that suit your narrative. I am not saying something that suits my narrative. I am actually stating what I saw on the football pitch. Now, if Bruno runs through one-on-one, whether we like it or not,
you don't see big chances as you watch a game. You see big chances when you look at a website.
Using your logic, how many times does Nunes run through one-on-one on goal and don't even hit the target, hit people in the stands? That's a big chance. But because he's an idiot, he misses the target. So with Bruno, it's a big chance. And Bruno should have scored. But because he's useless, he missed the one-on-one. That does not negate the fact that it is a big chance. With Manchester City, you had no big chances in the whole game. We can talk about the Bruno one-on-one. We can talk about the Diallo header.
When I see big chances from Adama Traore, I'm supposed to be like, oh, those are really threatening. I'm concerned. No,
Which
one?
Which one?
If Timo Werner is going in on goal, am I threatened? Is it really a problem? If Adama Traore is doing it, this is the point I'm trying to make. Sometimes a player respect them. Sometimes these players can go in and who cares? I'm not going to look at the end of the game and saying, oh, look at the number of big chances that happen. At the end of the 90 minutes, 3 shots on target for both clubs. Now, my logic is my logic because it makes sense. The last 2 minutes is where we crumbled. Had it not been, we win the game. It's not about a narrative. It really isn't. And when you want to talk about when you want to talk about big chances, who on this panel is watching a game recording big chances? No, you look at whatever website you go to be like, oh, I remember the number of big chances.
I'm used to it by now. I count big chances every time he goes through a goal.
All right.
Well, big chances is a relative term anyway.
First of all, Vator, I didn't go on Google and see.
It's not about the size of the chance; it's how you use the chance, baby.
I saw these big chances during the game. We both were watching the same game. We saw the same chances. By the way, also going back to your point, you would have won the game 1-0 and all that stuff. If you had won this game 1-0, I still would have sat here and said we deserve to get something from that game in that second half. 100%. I still would have sat here and said the same thing. That doesn't change the fact that
minimum Man United
deserve to get something.
Yes, does anyone notice?
Yes,
anyone notice that Vator's voice?
Deserved to get something from that game.
Vator, were you at the game?
I also wouldn't have applauded the performance and been like, "Yo, well done, Manchester United."
No, Vator wasn't at the game. He didn't have time.
He sounds like he's been screaming at a concert or maybe just on YouTube. Are you okay?
My daughter.
What's going on in Canada?
Yeah, no, I lost my voice a couple. Well, I didn't lose but my voice strained. My daughter had a basketball game.
Hey, well, hopefully she won. Hopefully you're screaming for joy and not at her.
Yeah, he won. No, they won. Yeah, they won.
With the ISO. Yes, let's go. Vator's daughter give him W's. I like his club.
Listen, Vator. Vator. You're somebody who protects your team. I get that, but today I feel like you went from a dishonest approach. You really showed your Man City goggles are on, and you're not being 100% fair. To say take away 2 minutes of the game and we win the game is crazy to me, because the whole second half they were the better team, and simply to deny that is to be dishonest.
Can I also ask a question real quick? Vator, Feyenoord game, Champions League, pretty similar to this game. It was a capitulation, right? Are we saying City deserves something from that game? Or are you looking at that second half and saying Feyenoord deserves something from that game? For the
Feyenoord have a new manager, by the way, because Arne Slot got
at that
taken.
position when you're leading, what, 3-1, 3-1 or 3-0, right?
Beat you next week, I'm
gonna
3-0.
It was 3-0, right?
Me?
So at the end
You
of the
ain't
game,
winning.
are you sitting there and saying that City showed
Ball
they were
agenda's
more
back,
dominant,
baby.
they deserve to get whatever it was, they deserve to win that game? Or
Yeah, what a win versus Baldi Maresca for you.
The difference is,
To be fair, he had hair when he played.
Liverpool, bro.
So no, they're very different in terms of how I look at both games. The reason why I have a different take as I look at my club is because the reason why I have a different take is because when I see my team in the final third not taking those shots, not releasing those passes, I still see how threatening we are, but we're not releasing them. We're not how do I put it? We're not putting United in the dangerous positions to actually take advantage of how we're controlling the pitch. So that's why I got to look back and not geek out and be like, oh, was a shot taken? Because if a shot's taken, now I can register it as a big chance or XG. That's how I look at things differently. And that's why I kind of push back with this whole dominance thing. Now, when you're chasing a goal, yeah, you're going to be more aggressive. You should be. So let me just say this again. I'm not negating what United did. I'm just also pointing out that we crumbled the last 2 minutes of a game. Like you brought up in Champions League. We crumbled the last 2 minutes of the game.
So it's a two things can be correct sort of thing. Which is basically what I've gauged from this. United
do more blue brother bullshit. Yalla, do more, bro.
Two things
can be correct. Two things can be correct. If I won 1 in 11, or Egal won 1 in 11,
holding the mic closer to you doesn't mean you're correct, Sam. Holding the mic closer to you
Pep
doesn't
is
mean
currently
that
on
you're correct.
Arteta
I literally said that you guys were correct. I'm just saying he has a point too where, in spite of all of that, they fumbled it within 2 minutes because the real thing is City have a mentality problem. They have a big mentality problem. The way you threw that game away is mad. And like we've already referenced, it's not the first time that you guys have done it. Whenever you guys concede a goal, you fumble. We were like this last season, which is even crazier that the 4 Peters are now like this. And that's what I really want to center in with you guys, because how are you guys collapsing like that? Because even if you guys weren't at the best, you weren't losing. Then Nunes bozo moment gives away a pen and the whole team falls asleep. Suddenly the game's lost within 2 minutes.
Okay,
right. So it's that Blue Brothers bullshit then, or what?
No. Lewis, I just said Lewis made a good point. Fair enough. I respect that. So, here's the thing: that Nunes back pass is an indicator of where City's headspace is at from 2 directions. Number one, I don't think City have fear factor anymore. Teams are playing Man City and going like, we can actually get something here. And the second of all thing is, I think the City players have lost confidence. That's why I don't think it's just Rodri. Even if you put Rodri, like the way that they played in certain games is unacceptable. Like them, okay, Tottenham is your bogey team, Habibi. You lose to Spurs. It happens. But not 4-0 in your own backyard. There's
not
levels.
Twice in 4 matches, either.
Yeah. But my point is, you can't
lose
4-0 at home. You can't. That's why I'm saying it's not just Rodri. It's not just individual errors. It's a collection of things.
It's the pressure of Ange Postecoglou. He broke him.
Yeah, Anjin.
We're gonna get Ange sacked next week.
No, keep Anjin. The thing is, I don't know. And again, maybe it's the numerous panels that you happen to have. I'm not one to say that it's only been Rodri. I don't know where that conversation's coming from, but we're dealing with something, and all of you have mentioned it. Your banter era, you were never 1 in 10, 1 in 11, but in your best era, you weren't in a 4-peat. I think we're honestly tired. I think we're honestly tired. Okay, you want to keep interrupting me? You don't like it when I say 4-peat? I'll say 4
I
Pete
literally
4
say a
times.
single
Get
word
used to it.
and I'm interrupting you.
4 Pete, 4 Pete, 4 Pete, 4 Pete. You should say it to yourself so it doesn't trigger you. 4 Pete is the reason why we're here.
115.
This guy Vader's a simulation, I swear.
I don't know
The
why
way he
my
shit
man-
talks is just like, you will hold L.
Bro, it's not 115.
Let me make my
Hussam,
point. Let me
Hussam,
make my
it's
point.
130. Didn't
I
you
love
hear?
Vader, man. I
Hussam,
love
didn't
Vader.
you hear? It got extended to 130.
130. Do you get triggered?
Man's club got more charges than Diddy, and he's talking shit every 2 weeks. Nuts.
Jacob,
Is
you're
it
wrong
more
for
than
that, by the
Diddy?
way.
Do we know that for
Jacob,
sure?
you're
Once
actually
130,
wrong
actually.
for that.
Once
You're so
130.
wrong for that, Jacob. I swear to God.
What did I do? I don't know what I did.
Listen, Vader, today you spent 51 minutes filibustering for Man City.
Okay.
I wasn't the only one speaking. No, I'm not done. No, we're not going to do this. One
So you
second.
don't want to cook Arsenal instead?
He yelled that his camera got turned off.
No, hold on.
You don't want
I
to cook Arsenal instead, Vator?
No, I
They drew.
We got to get on
I do.
Arsenal.
But I got to deal with this.
They drew.
real
Would you
quick.
rather not skip? Khalas, done. It's finished. You're finished.
No. I'm making this point with regards to this whole backing my club and everything like that. Now, Hussam, you annoy me often. Great channel, subscribe, hit the like button. But this guy annoys me because he's had to deal. He's had to deal with fatigue at his club before. He's had to deal with players having to put in miles after miles after miles on those legs, and you know what? There's a point where they can't do it anymore. And he didn't even have it with the great success that I've had. So I have players fatigued physically as well as mentally, because when he went for his quad chase, there was a drop off. When my club's now gone for a 4-peat, there's a drop off. That's what we're facing right now, and we got to replenish. We have to do a rebuild, like what we haven't done for many seasons now. We have to do a rebuild. We've got players aged out. We've got several players in their 29s, 30s plus. We've got KDB who had reconstructive hamstring surgery. I don't think he's going to be up to it anymore. We've got an aged Bernardo. We've got an aged Gundogan. We've got an aged Grealish. We've got an aged John Stones. This is our rebuild year. All right? Hussam should understand this because he spent heavily the last 2 seasons. Not last season. Last season, peanuts, right? Chiesa. He keeps always wants to tell us about Chiesa last season. But before that, what did they do? Replenish the midfield. Before that, what did they do? Replenish the attack. It's City's turn now. And you guys, whoever wins it this year, credit to you. Well deserved. We'll do our thing next season. We'll see where we're at.
Okay, guys. Now that he has done waffling, we have flew
Waffling.
FSG out planes above Anfield. This guy wants to compare his club spending money to mine. Pep Guardiola came into a team that already won the league 2 years before, and he still bought players a summer later with worth 150, 200 million and ended up winning the league and started to dominate. This guy does not know that over the last 3 years, I have spent less money than Spurs. I am the lowest spender out of everyone on this panel. When you talk about the midfield rebuild, it was the same midfield we had for 7 years that we fucking sold. 7 years, we had the same exact fuckers that we sold every single one of them. The part that he doesn't mention is we sold Keita, we sold Ox, we sold Thiago, we sold Fabinho, we sold Henderson, we sold Milner, and we bought 3 fucking midfielders. And that's the thing that he doesn't realize. The 115, not your charges, the 115 million we spent for Caicedo is up John W. Henry's ass somewhere. I don't know where the fuck it is. We made profit in Arne Slot's first transfer window. We made fucking profit. Imagine a manager comes in and you make profit on a team that's already there, finishing third. You made profit, and this guy wants to compare his club to mine. You spent more than me every single time. You've spent more than me every single summer if you consider the players that we had to sell every single time. Anyway, now we do super chats and we go to Arsenal. Anyway.
Also, I just wanted to say you did make profit on the this window with Arne Slot, but you're about to be in a deficit next week. So just
everybody in the chat, when I make a point and Hussam has to then bring the mic close and make his point and then move on, I got him. All right, continue.
No, but we have to. Habibi, this is only City United. I still have to talk about Arsenal. I still have to talk about Spurs.
Of course.
I still have to talk about all these clubs. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, you're right. You're right. You want to bring up everything that you had to sell to spend. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, because I gave the context, Mr. Context Matters. Also, Jacob.
I just told you
guys,
that you had the bye for you.
just for quick reference, Jacob. Because this guy
Don't do this. No, don't. We don't do this.
Yo,
We don't do
Osman,
this.
This
There's
feels
no need
personal
for
to me
this.
too. Like, why do you have to do this? Yeah.
Okay.
Just say raise your hand. Whoever is not in double
He
digits.
says Spurs are gonna be in a deficit. Wow, I can't even see Liverpool and Chelsea anymore. Or Arsenal. Oh, I see you. You're here. You're sandwiched between Brighton and Brentford. Well done. Ain't post to
I remember that used to be us.
Big up to
5
Zoro
points off
says
top
Vator.
4, so we're really not that far from sniffing distance, if you will. So, like a pie in the window. We're not like next to the house with the window with said smelly pie.
Yeah, you are
but-
sniffing Brentford's ass currently. Vator 1-11 with better players will end the year 2-14, is what Zoro's saying. I hear it. Why does this stream make me miss Hamza? Is what Edward is saying. That's fraudulent. No one misses Hamza. No one. Hamza is a fraud of the biggest order by far. Big up to Mickey who says, Egal, you're a fraud and deluded. Keeps checking Liverpool fixtures, forgetting your Bozo team. I remember you saying if Liverpool and Chelsea can't be in a race. This is a Chelsea fan, by the way.
No, he's correct. We're not in the race. He's correct. Congratulations, Egal. You got something correct about my club. Fair play.
Egal has no response, Mickey. We tried in it. By that logic, if it weren't for the last 4 years, LFC and Arsenal get 2 titles. Seriously, the game ends with a final whistle. Manchester City was crap. We all know it exactly. And we mentioned comebacks. We're going to be here all day talking about the comebacks at the end, or the Rodri handball, or the Doku switching music to McAllister. There's a lot we can bring up. Man United had double the XG and 4% less possession. Vator is tripping here. This is a Blue Brother saying it as well. Blue Brother, Blue Brother. He's saying it. Big up to you, my guy. Big up to Zephy, who says...
Hold on. How do you measure XG?
Wallahi, I don't know. I didn't learn it.
XG, if I'm not mistaken, is a shot that is on target.
Okay, so a shot's got to be taken on target.
Oh, that's wrong, Egal.
Yeah, because it registers as 0 XG.
I'm going to take a wild guess. It's big chances. I'm going to take a wild guess.
Yeah, big chances.
But if you don't get the shot on target, it registers as 0 XG.
I'm going to take a chance and say I watched the game. I don't nerd out with this XG stuff, but thanks for the super chat.
You don't nerd out. You're the one talking about final third passes.
If you don't register the shot on
Egal
target...
was talking about all this nonsense beforehand, so I was like, what are you talking about?
I never said anything about XG.
Why am I that United deserve to win? We had to shut up against
one
City
second.
fans.
I never said anything about XG. You're the one that just brought it up. What are you talking about?
No, neither of you brought it up.
That's why
we had to shut up against City for years. Finally, we can all out the waffle. They don't know ball. Only their manager does. Shameful ball talk is what Zafi's saying. Another Blue Brother calling out Manchester City. Just saying. Big up to you, Zafi, regardless. Thank you for the super chat, Habibi. Remember all this Vator, yeah? When the City section, when the Chelsea section starts, and you want to do all this kumbaya. Fuck that. Anyway.
Is he in the shitter? He's like, respect the brotherhood.
Yeah, he's definitely he's rolling something.
XG is just a metric of the possibility of the shot resulting in a goal.
Yes. So, 1,000 people in the building. You guys' XG is not good enough because we're not even at 300 likes yet. So we need to get your XG up to begin with. So every single one of you frauds in the chat right now, like the video. You're all a bunch of Haalands. You're all a bunch of Fodens. You're all a bunch of Savios. Hit the like button right now. Subscribe to the channel. Also, all these guys' channels is in the description. Someone was mad yesterday, like, where is this guy's channel? Habib, it's in the description. Egal Talks Football, Vator Games, Shikh TV, United Spurs of America, Carefree Lewis G. And you see me as well in their chat, so go give them a subscribe to this channel. Close your live chat, like the video. Minimum 400, 500 likes. Yalla, let's do it. Now on to the famous Arsenal. We play football the Arsenal way.
We've got Super Mick Arteta.
He knows exactly what we need.
Is Mickle in a pickle?
No one in attack. This is going to be a long
We're not
season.
going to win a trophy.
Go ahead, Egal.
All right. Simply put, that was a nice little rendition you guys had there, but we got bigger issues to worry about. Dare I say bigger fish to fry. Arsenal dropped points to Everton, and I'm not going to sugarcoat this. I'm not going to be like Vader and start making excuses. This was a disaster in the sense of it was a disaster in the sense of how we approached the game to what we were doing in the game. I felt like we dominated possession. I felt like we dominated majority of the game, and it's like to what avail? We did not get enough. We did not create enough clear-cut opportunities. We did not get enough shots on target. We didn't really make Pickford work as much as we could have in this game. And I'll give Everton a lot of credit. They were really good defensively. They kept us at bay. But I felt like we made dramatic change. We made changes throughout the game that made us worse. For example, we started off the game quite well. I thought we had the best chance of the game early in the game, falling to the likes of Martin Odegaard right in the box. We could have scored numerous times earlier in the game, but then in the second half, when Arteta made the substitutions, those substitutions were taking out Martin Odegaard, taking out Moreno, taking out Declan Rice, taking out Miles Lewis-Skelly to bring in Partey to play right back, taking out Martinelli. None of the substitutions worked. I felt like the first half performance was fully on the players. I thought Arteta coached a 2-0 first half, but none of those players could be clinical and finish their dinner, which has been a problem for a long time. Why we should have addressed it a long time ago by signing more attacking quality. But hey, that's a conversation that we can have after this point. Then you go to Mikel Arteta's substitutions and his man management. I felt like was one of the reasons why we did not get to control the game, and we actually gave more control to Everton, making it a lot more easier to isolate Bukayo Saka and double up on him now that you don't have Odegaard on the pitch. And whenever Bukayo Saka has the ball and he's trying to make a pass into the box, there's no one there. We're literally making the game so easy for Everton to defend us. We were extremely predictable. We were extremely passive in the way that we played. We were not direct at all. We couldn't get ourselves going. And it was a situation where you could even say at times when I'm looking at these guys, I'm saying to myself, who's going to show up? Who's going to take this game by the scruff of the neck? And there's no real difference maker on that pitch.
Lewis, did you just start sleeping mid Egal monologue, bro?
Huh? No.
Hey, it is what it is. I'm used to it by now. Yeah, people are bored of hearing from Arsenal fans giving their opinions on how the team's doing when they're bad. They just want us to cuss the team. I'm not really going to go out of my way to cuss these players because I felt like it's a collective. It's on Arteta and it's on the players. But everyone's to blame. We cannot be we cannot be dropping points at home and not even mustering a goal versus Everton at home. If we're serious about trying to capitalize on anything Liverpool drop points 2 games in a row, what do? We equal them and we drop points 2 games in a row. Both Fulham and Everton, I think Arteta has to look at these players and say, how is he going to get better out of them? And also he has to take a look at himself and say, what is he doing wrong? Because clearly the substitutions he's making is not making us better. We have not won a game from a losing position since the Southampton game. And I know these last 2 games we weren't in losing positions, but it just goes to show you that we're not making substitutions that get us into a winning position. We're not worried.
Why does he keep subbing off Odegaard? We need an explanation.
I think Odegaard has had a terrible 2 weeks and he's just out of form. And when he's out of form...
Yeah, but even then he's your best creator. It makes no sense.
I agree. He shouldn't have taken him off. But he took him off thinking that Ethan could come in and make a difference. But I think he overcooked it. I think the substitutions made us worse.
Didn't he take him off in the 60th minute as well, I swear?
He took off Declan Rice also, bro. And he brought in Jorginho. I really don't know what Arteta was doing with his substitutions. His man management was terrible. And then I could go into talking about transfers and getting us more attacking players because we need that. But the reality of the situation is outside of our defenders, who had a good game versus Everton? No one. The whole midfield and the whole attack was pretty much was pretty much useless. And the reason why I said it's a disaster class is because we cannot go into these games and not look threatening at all. I know you have Martinelli. You know what, Vator? I would have rather had Doku versus Everton because at least I know Doku would have done something versus Ashley Young. Martinelli
Ashley
right
Young
now.
50, man.
Yeah, Ashley
Martinelli
Young,
right now is looking like. I don't know if Arteta's the problem or if Martinelli is just not good enough for what we need.
Everyone on the panel is younger than Ashley Young. That's actually
bro. Ashley Young's about to. He's going to play his son next week. He's going to play his son
coming up
next week.
Huh?
Ashley Young's going to be playing up against his son in the FA Cup next week.
In the FA Cup.
Oh, let's go.
That's crazy. But look, getting back to what I was saying, I don't think there's anything more damning than Arsenal have played 4 games and we've not scored a single open play goal.
Yes, and also when we spoke 2 weeks ago, you said that you agree that the next 7 games you must win them all. You have now drawn to Fulham and you've drawn to Everton at home. And
We're
on
not,
my Friday
by the
show,
way,
when
we're
I
not
was doing,
serious.
yeah,
not
on my
serious about
Friday
the
show when I
title.
was doing prediction, I was so sure that Arsenal are gonna win. I said Arsenal are gonna win by 3 or more goals. It was gonna be a slapping, and you ended up not scoring against Everton at home.
Bro,
This
And
makes no sense.
your fans told us it's just Everton. It's relegation battle Everton.
it
It's
should
this
be
and
just
that.
Everton.
It's this and that.
Bro,
Like,
it
all
should be
right.
just Everton. We should be playing better than this. We have higher expectations than be drawing at home versus any team lower down the table, especially relegation teams like Everton. I'll give them credit. They played well defensively, and they're not going to get relegated because they look like they have a good base to build off of. So I don't think they're going to get relegated. But from Arsenal's perspective, guys, we are not going to be anywhere near the title race come the end of the year if we continue to play this way.
And if you don't win the league, then are you finally gonna thingy?
At this moment in time, I've come to the conclusion. I've been contemplating this for the last couple of days. Is it an Arteta issue? Is Arteta the grand issue? Could it be that, oh, look at Chelsea, look at Enzo Maresca coming in and making Enzo Fernandez look like a better player? Could some of these players just do with another manager? And then I look at the other hand and I say to myself, Arteta's the reason why we're in this why this team is even challenging in the first place the last 2 years. What the hell am I thinking? Talking about him being the issue, because in my opinion, yes, he's made mistakes. No one's faultless, and he can improve on his in-game management. But there's glaring weaknesses from this team, and bar like five players, who out of this team can you say gets into majority of the teams in the league? Moreno definitely doesn't. Whoever's our left back has been inconsistent and hasn't been fit for a majority of the season. Martinelli right now is not that good. Declan Rice is having a poor season. Besides Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Saka, and Havertz, the rest of the guys are having poor seasons.
Yeah, but I'll be honest with you.
You can't win a league. You can't win a league, Hussam, when you have constant change throughout the whole team due to injuries, and all these other things.
We'll have
And
Speak on it, Egal. Speak on it, Egal.
1 second. On top of that, when you have only 5 players
Did you
performing
see
well.
Jota's goal against Fulham? Do you understand? I was stopped from watching this for a month and a half, and I had to watch a guy with
and I said
brain
that's a
cells
crucial
stay up.
miss. And
Stop talking about injuries, because you need to understand something, Egal. No, you need to understand something, Egal.
I didn't talk about injuries the whole time.
Egal can talk about injuries.
1 second. No. I call it out.
Stop it. Hussam, don't be dishonest.
Egal.
Don't be dishonest, Hussam. Don't be
Let me
dishonest.
just say one thing.
I agree with you, Egal. I'm with you.
Egal, I had to watch no Allison for a month and a half. Trent was injured, was one of our best creators.
Bro, Kelleher starts for 90% of the league.
Can I just finish, please?
Yeah, I'm with you, Egal.
The first point you made is like
your
very
first point was
thin
terrible,
ice.
Hussam.
I'd take Kelleher right now.
I had to watch no Allison for a month and a half. We would have beaten Newcastle if Allison was there. Had to watch no Trent, who's our best creative fullback. Had to watch no Konate, and had to watch Astrid Wett's boyfriend play at centre back. I had to watch no Tsimikas, who's our starting left back, and I had to watch Braveheart. Cost me 2 games in a row. I had to start the whole season without Curtis Jones at the start of the year. Harvey Elliott, we've watched him play 50 minutes for the first time the last 2 games. I've had no Jota because he was injured. I haven't even seen Chiesa. I'm already at 11 injuries. And I haven't even
I like how you talk about Jones and Elliott now. I like how you respect Jones and Elliott now.
And literally part of our depth, Vator.
Well, last year Cujo wasn't getting no props.
I like how you credit them now. I like how you value them now. It's really good.
Sam, I agree with you that it's not about injuries alone.
Yes.
But when I'm talking about Arteta, there is some questionable decision making, and the team setup sometimes. This season we clearly lacked the clear attacking identity we had from a couple of years ago. But I'm not looking at Arteta solely and saying he is the biggest issue. He needs to be replaced. But if he was replaced, I guess that's the only way we're gonna see if there's gonna be major overhaul in the whole team and everything. But I'm not looking at this team and saying we have a divine right to go and win this league, smash the teams, because I look over at other teams.
Hussam, I say this?
I look at our attacking setup. And I say to myself, how the fuck did we get 100 goals with this team last year? How?
Listen,
we have nobody in our team besides
Egal. I feel like we
a
have a
real
lot
good
of similarities this season.
Like as I was listening to you break down some of the things that you're facing within your club, questioning your manager somewhat, but really looking at the players, I had to like kind of sit here and be like, you know what, we got a lot in common, We got a lot.
Arteta does love
Now,
copying Pep, to be fair.
No, but the difference
I
is
mean,
you're
listen,
supposed to have more attacking quality than
Arteta's
us.
coping. Arteta's trying to do the best that he can, and Pep's coaching tree is absolutely amazing. Credit to what's happening over at Chelsea and what's happening at Arsenal. But I think the way you just spoke about putting things in perspective, Egal, right? I'm like, you know what? I'm with you. I hear that. Now the difference is over at Arsenal, unfortunately you haven't shown the world those armpits for why I'm calm and why maybe you should be as calm. But the same issues, the manager, the players, the injury, the style of play, the drop off with regards to what you mentioned, 100 goals and to be looking as poor as you are. I understand that. That perspective is actually what I'm taking with regards to my season, my club this year as well. So I hear you. I respect that.
Egal, can I ask you a question? Like genuinely.
That's the cringiest thing anyone has ever said in the history of A-listers. I respect that. I understand that. They drew 0-0 at home to Everton.
No, I'm talking about the overall season.
No, 1 second. I've had enough.
Beating Everton ain't for everybody.
Yeah, okay, yeah. No, genuinely,
This is
why are we
unacceptable
defending
from everyone on this panel because this is not normal what is happening on today's show. I've got Vator kissing Arsenal ass, and I've got Lewis kissing City ass, and I've got City kissing Chelsea ass. I've had enough of this shit.
I agreed with you lot.
They drew at home to Everton Football
on the
Club.
Arsenal game.
They drew at home to Everton
born in the
Football Club at the fucking
Oh, against
Emirates.
Trace today.
If Hussam
What
had
is
drew to
happening?
Everton
Am I going
at Anfield,
crazy here? They drew at home to Everton. Arteta, you must. Arsenal, you must. And they drew at home to fucking Everton.
I'm not
everyone-
surprised. No, I'm just.
What
It's
the
because no
fuck's
one's
happening on the
surprised.
street,
No one's
bro?
surprised. They're bottling things.
haven't got
It
to
looks
speak
like
on
it's
the game.
getting in their
Yeah,
grasp
I was
again because
honestly
y'all
waiting
dropped
for my
points
turn
the
to
week
speak,
before,
yeah.
and then you know what? Look, it's just
You
a
can't draw at
continuation
home
of
to
effect.
fucking Everton.
Hussam, you're a violent man. It's the holiday
See,
season.
look at what you
Bro,
guys
not
have done
everyone
to
can do
Hussam.
what Ainge does. That's
Doesn't
very
celebrate
clear.
Christmas, all that.
Hussam, I'm not sugarcoating it like Vader. I agree with you.
Whoa!
We
Yeah,
played
hold
shit.
that. Buddy wanted to do buddy. He
We
cooked
played
your
shit. We played shit. You know what? You could say we were controlling the game. We were dominant. But if it doesn't lead to anything, what's the point?
Yeah, I hear that. Yeah.
No, but the issue
Not a
is
lot of people can do what
just
Ainge
the game, the
Postecoglou
issue-
do, and when Arteta fails to do the things that Ainge does, I'm not surprised.
What has Ainge done?
All
You're
I'm
fucking-
saying is who needs
4-0
one goal
versus
against
Everton.
when you have
This guy's
four?
Engine.
I scored
You
4
gotta
on
know.
Sean
You gotta-
Dyche, masterclass,
can I ask
born
a
in the
question?
darkness,
Hey,
guy.
I scored 4 with just one football
Stone
player.
Cold
How
Steve
about that?
Austin Dyche.
Engine.
Sam, can I
Yeah,
ask you
sure.
a
You
question?
want to know something, guys?
Barber again. Barber
Let me ask you
again.
everyone a
Ole.
question right now.
What
One
is
Where
that
do you
guy
rank,
doing?
where do you rank? I'm gonna name 6 players. You tell me where you rank this attack amongst the top 6. Bukayo Saka, Kai Havertz, Jesus, Sterling, Trossard, and Martinelli. Where do you rank that attack amongst the top 6?
Brother,
Close to Tottenham.
First of
Brother,
all,
Yeah.
What's the point you're trying to make?
first
What's the
of
point you're trying to make?
all,
Where do you
We
rank
were
those
doing-
6 players
we were
compared to
doing
the rest of the Premier League?
shows in
What's the point
August.
you're trying to make?
I
Can I-
said
can I-
Martinelli,
can I-
brother.
I'm trying to
Ugh.
show you guys.
In
I'm
the
trying to
words
show you
of-
guys that Arteta was able to get 100 goals with those 6 players.
Including your set piece, I say you guys are
The man
second.
said Kai Havertz, brother.
Kai
Egal,
Havertz has 10
What's
goals.
that, brother?
Egal, in
What's
August,
that, brother?
we were talking about Havertz versus Nicholas Jackson.
Kai Havertz, brother.
And you wanna know
Now,
something? The honest
because
truth
the
is
no, I
Nicholas
don't want to
Jackson's
know
better.
something. Let me talk. I don't want to know something.
Yeah,
Let me
forget
talk.
all that. Madueke's
Let me
got more
talk.
DNA in the league than Havertz
I
now. This
have
is
to tell you
dead.
something. Wallahi, I'm losing my mind. I'm actually, in the words of Pep, I don't want to scratch here because
Drink some water, Hussam. Drink some water.
Here's the thing. Fuck the water. I want to just because I'm going. There is something maybe wrong with me. Maybe I'm the problem. Okay.
Mm.
At
You
the
did that
I
part.
hate when people. I hate when people. I hate when people switch their energy. Arsenal must win the league this season. Fuck all the excuses. Fuck all these narrative switches. Fuck all this Chelsea, you must. Liverpool, you must. No, Habibi, you must. City have won
you
one
know the
game.
truth?
No, let me finish. City have won one game in 11, and you're fucking 3 points above them, and they are in crisis, and these guys have been doing crisis meetings and crying for the last month. You faced Sean Dyche Everton, who this fraud, this shit club beat 4-0, this other shit club beat 4-0, and they have been destroyed from the start of the season.
Shit club, but Ainge manager.
Everyone's doing kumbaya. We're not going to change the energy and the narrative now. Arsenal had the attack to make them finish second last season. They had the attack to make them win 16 out of the 18 games. All of a sudden, this whole no one is good enough is bullshit. The same attack scored 3 goals against Nottingham Forest last fucking week. So what we're not going to do is act like they can't play football. No, they can't play football. But your manager is not implementing a system that has them scoring goals. Your own star boy said it. Saka, what did he say publicly? We want to attack, but Arteta plays me right back. He fucking said it himself. So I'm just listening to what Arteta, to what your own star boy is saying.
Fair enough, but let me say this. Arsenal right now are not the team that are top of the table. It's actually Liverpool. So if Liverpool don't win the league from this position, you are the guys who are going to be called bottlers this season.
Oh, okay. I see what he got.
There you are.
I think two things can be true at the same time. They could also bottle the league, but you could also just be a bigger bottle than them.
As much as I
because you bottled the whole season like from the jump.
It's a bridesmaid.
I'm not defending these guys today.
One second. As much as I hate Liverpool,
Arsenal must.
They must.
Who else also agrees Liverpool must?
Yeah, hold that, buddy. Hold.
Who else agrees Liverpool must from this position?
One second. The point is though, as much as I hate Liverpool,
let Shikh speak.
As much as I hate Liverpool,
sorry, Egal.
As much as I hate Liverpool, they're not meant to be here.
You don't think Liverpool must?
No, you must.
Let me finish.
This is phase 5 Arteta, and you're behind phase 1 Maresca.
Let's all agree that Jacob.
Let me finish.
Well, Jacob, there's no must for Jacob. Let's all agree to that.
I'll tell you why you must. Because last season, all you man talked about was, City need to drop points. City are going to drop points. Wait till City drop points. City drop points this season. Where are you?
And that's your own fault, but you still must.
Listen, I think they should. I think these teams who are in the title, you guys already know where I stand and who has my pick to win the league. But at the same time, where are you? You're supposed to be here. These teams who are in this title race right now weren't supposed to be here. All of us sat on this panel before the season started, didn't predict any of those teams to be there. But we all predicted your team to be there. So why aren't you there? And also, at one point, Egal, I also want to ask you a genuine question. Why do you guys and our other Arsenal fans put Arteta on such a high pedestal? What has he done for your club for you guys to do that?
Bro,
why do you put him on such a high pedestal?
1 second.
The light bulb thing. I'm pretty sure that's where he got him.
He took us from being one of our worst situations as a club.
Okay.
And rebuilt the squad and got us back to challenging, competing in all competitions and looking like one of the better teams in Europe.
Okay.
Is that not clear?
Add to that too. No, we'll add to that too because let's talk about the first season too. He got us to title.
But it is massive improvement from where we were.
Yeah, he got us to title challenge.
You were one of the best performing teams in Europe. That's kind of crazy though.
200 plus days up.
Last year,
like Tottenham made it out of the group stage in Champions League. I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
Jacob, I don't have time.
Hey, look,
guys, we have made a poll. Arsenal, you must.
Liverpool, with that same logic, I can say Oli got us to challenge. Mourinho got us to challenge. After all these seasons that we did.
Let's not lie.
Brendan Rodgers got him to challenge.
1 second, guys. In one word, in one sense, you guys are acknowledging that Arsenal have gotten to a level where their expectations are to compete for the league and you must win the league. But in the other breath, but 1 second, in the other breath, you guys are ignoring the fact that the manager who's in charge was one of the main catalysts in getting us in this situation. You guys all criticize our attack. You all criticize parts of our team, but yet you are ignoring the person who is dealing with this and raising their levels to get to the level of competing with Man City to the final day of the season, to getting to the top of the table for 97% of the league in 22-23 season, to now being expected to win the league with the same attack that you guys say is worse than the teams like West Ham.
And what did that get you? Egal, what did that get you?
In one breath, you want to criticize Arsenal, and fairly so, but in the other breath, you want to overdo the cooking of Arteta, which I don't think is fair.
Well, I think the cooking's fair. He's taken Arsenal as far as he can, and he can't take him any further.
Yes.
I was
Completely
Brentford.
fair. We were all
I'm
told
asking
that this
you.
is going to be the year where Arsenal win a major trophy, and you are behind a championship manager and an Eredivisie manager who's been treated like Ten Hag when he first
You want to know
joined.
something? At this moment in time, it doesn't look like we're going to win anything, but that could potentially turn around.
And this
I
is
don't
why
see- I don't see
Arteta's
how it's
getting
gonna turn
cooked.
around,
This is why
but
I'm
it
asking
potentially
you.
could.
Why do
This
you
is
put
why
him on
he's
such a
getting
high
cooked.
pedestal? Why do you put this manager on such a high pedestal?
I
What
have,
has he done
I
for
have,
you?
I have belief that you guys are looking at Arteta and you're saying, "Oh, he's the main issue," when at the same time you guys are also looking at the squad and saying there's some major issues in the squad.
The
Yeah,
squad
Now,
that he built.
if you want to criticize Arteta for this transfer decision making, there we go.
All I'm
It's not
saying
his
is
squad.
you
It's
lot were
not his squad.
93% top of the league for a season, and then you went and you bought a 12th place striker as the
Yes.
guy to save you lot.
Who decided to
don't-
go get Sterling?
He built that
Who?
We
squad.
never signed Kai Havertz to be a striker. We actually signed him.
But, then,
don't-
but when you started playing him as a striker, you all drank the Kool-Aid after saying, no, he's a midfielder. Chelsea
he scored
misprofiled him.
17 goals in like 25
So
games.
clearly, you guys were just following the Kool-Aid, and the Kool-Aid's run out.
No, because it was deserved. He was scoring goals
I'm
at a
losing
high
hair
rate at the end of
follicles.
last
Deserved
season.
for what? You went from second to second and no trophy to no trophy.
Bro, we were in third and we overtook Liverpool from a 5-point deficit.
I think-
at the back end of
Did
last
you
season
win?
when Kai Havertz. I know we didn't win, but it was deserved to give him praise. You can give somebody praise even if you don't get over the line.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
I think if
when
you can
you,
get
when you don't get
I
over the
just-
line
yeah, I
2
don't
years
get
in a
this.
row, it's over. It's
I
about
mean-
no, you're not
One
progressing.
second. Stop right there. 2 years ago, we were in the same situation Chelsea were in. We were just trying to get back into top four. We weren't even supposed to be in a title race.
Two seasons
yet
ago,
we
you were
found
top of the
ourselves in a
league.
situation-
You were top of the league for
found
200
ourselves
plus
in a
days. It's
situation
different.
where
It's a
we were
different
ahead of
situation.
schedule. Last year, we
But
should have
it's not mine.
capitalized. Last year, we should have capitalized. We capitulated.
But you bought Havertz.
And you want to know something? Actually, we didn't capitulate. We won 17 out of 18 games, and these Man City fuckers kept winning. What can you do? And then it gets to this season.
you
And then it
need
gets
you
to
need
this
one of
season.
your players to have
then
a
it gets
Cole
to this
Palmer
season.
type
You guys want to
season.
know what it would take for
to
me
get
to
over the
say
line.
Arteta needs to be
Or if
gone?
you would have beat Tottenham
You
at your
wanna know
own
what it
ground
takes
last
to
year,
me to
maybe
say
you would have been able to.
What would you say?
But
What would you say?
alas.
Yeah.
What
would
it
you
would
say?
take for me to say
Yeah,
Arteta
what would it
needs to be
take?
Yeah, what
gone
would it
This
take?
will be
What would it
Arteta.
take? Yeah,
Tell
yeah.
us.
Tell us.
is come the end of the season, Arsenal are in a top four battle, and we're not solidified as a top four team, and this team has continued to regress even worse, and we don't win any trophies.
You know, Egal, what you remind me of? I'll tell you what you remind
What?
me of.
Liverpool.
You remind me of someone who has no taste whatsoever.
A
You are
young
surrounded
Hussam.
by you're surrounded by the most beautiful woman in the whole planet, and you're like, no, I want the 70-year-old grandma because she has no teeth. This is you right now because your standards.
There's an upside there.
What kind of analogy is
Raise your
that?
head,
There's
Ken,
some
I
there's
hear
some
it.
plus and minuses with
I was about-
that.
there's-
Can I
hey,
speak?
it's all
Can I
about pros
speak?
and cons
Get
with that
yourself that gun
situation, I
job.
suppose.
Can I speak?
That was your fault, buddy. That was your metaphor.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
Okay. Point
Something
is,
dumb job.
regardless, guys, I am losing. I actually fully am losing brain cells. Wallahi, I am losing brain cells.
Yeah,
this whole
this
season.
show's a funny one.
Guys,
Yeah.
I
You're
wanna say
welcome. I told you I'd be
I
on
wanna
time
say one
today. Look
thing.
what I did.
I want to say one thing. I told Lewis he's gonna be Maresca out in November. I said their team is shitter than Wolves. Imagine now I say Chelsea, you must. I'm the biggest fraud. I cannot say that unless it's a joke or we're banting around. When it comes to your club, you big fraud. We knew from the start. If City fell off, there's 1,200 people here. Maybe I am insane. Maybe I'm the one going mad. There's 1,200 people in here. If I told all you fuckers in August that City are gonna fall off, who would you say is gonna be the league
It
champion?
should have been us.
Who would you say? It
Yes,
should be
Arsenal.
you. You're below fucking Chelsea with the Leicester manager. The same team that we said
Respect,
shit.
respect
for the
Pat's
whole
coaching
last-
tree.
Facts.
You're
That's not
below
Arteta.
them. You're below Arne Slot with Federico Chiesa, who I have not seen. You are below both of us. You have some shame and some decorum. Have some respect. Respect yourself.
But
Everyone
wait
in
one
the chat,
second.
Bro, your
Everyone
manager
in the
could.
chat,
Your
one
manager
word
couldn't.
back.
Your manager
Egal, I
couldn't.
can
Everyone in the
understand
chat,
the fall
everyone in
off.
the- one
Okay,
second,
the
everyone
One
in
second.
the-
One second. Can I
one
say
only,
something?
second,
the only
everyone
way
in the
this
chat-
works is if
everyone
you
in the chat,
criticize and
one word
over
answer.
criticize
First of all,
people
First
and
of all, we have
managers.
1,400 people in here. I'm losing my mind. Like the video. Let's get 500 likes. Second of all, everyone in the chat. Very
What
simple question.
excuses?
1 second. Everyone in the chat, very simple question. If I told you City are gonna win 1 in 11, who would you have said would win the league in the chat? One word answer. Just write me the name.
Have you won the league yet, bro? Relax. You're
Who
counting
told
your
you I
chickens.
won the
That's
league?
not the point, Egal. That's not the point. The point is you're supposed to be here. That
You're
is the point.
supposed to, is the
The
point.
point
And
is
guess
you're
what? We're
supposed to
6
be here.
points
He's
behind.
pacing
It's not
himself.
that
But now
crazy.
you're
Arsenal
making
are pacing
excuses like
themselves.
Egal. Last
I'm
week
not
you sat
making
here.
excuses. You asked me
Egal,
about
last week you
Arteta.
sat here. You
You're
said,
different from
"Oh,
asking me about the
Everton, we're
team.
gonna destroy them 5,
One
whatever the
second.
scoreline you said. We're gonna
Asking me
destroy
about
them. This
Arteta
and
is
that."
different from
You were
asking me about
telling
the
me
team.
that you just beat Everton. They're a relegation club. This and that. After all this money that you spent,
Why do we have
6 years
loyalty
in,
to Arteta?
you're now making
Why
excuses
do
about
we care about
Everton actually
Arteta?
had a good game.
Why do we care about our manager? Is because the guy has single-handedly taken this team from being in eighth to
I hear
competing against Man City for the league for the last 2 years and going what do you call it, one kick away from being in what do you call it, a semi-final of a Champions League.
I see where Egal's
Okay,
coming from. I can
cool.
understand.
So keep Arteta because he gets you in these conversations. Next year you might challenge. That's what you want, right? He's gotten us to here. Let's say Arsenal.
You know something?
Let's say
You're
Arsenal
not
finished
wrong.
4th. Let's
You're
say
not
Arsenal.
wrong.
Okay, let me
You're
tell you
not
this.
wrong, but we still need to see massive improvements from this end of the season. He still needs to make sure he goes and signs an attacking player.
No, but
as
Egal,
soon
by
as
your
possible.
logic, though,
He still
You
needs to
need a
see
player to
more.
have a
He still
player of
needs
the
to
year
see
type
more.
season as well.
One second.
Egal. I
Let's say
think
you
that to
finish
get over the
4th.
line.
Let's
You
say
guys
you
want me
have a
to
terrible season.
overbash my team, but at the same time,
Prime asked me to ask you if this question's still relevant. Big up to Prime.
When you talk about Mikel Arteta, Mikel Arteta will have a greater legacy at Arsenal than
Please.
Antonio Conte has in the Premier League by the time he's done.
he's not done.
So I assume this was a while back. So will he
He's
still
not
leave
done.
a better legacy
He's not
than
done.
Conte in the Prem?
Lewis, you're overcooking it. He's not
You
done.
look
No,
full
no,
of life
Prime
there,
asked me to
Egal.
ask
You
you.
look
This ain't
like
from
was
me.
it
This is from
Arsenal, or
Prime.
is it like the
That's a
family
ridiculous
stresses?
question. He hasn't won it yet, but he can still go on to win the
What's
Premier League.
the
As it stands right now, though, has he?
As it stands
What's
right now,
another
no.
good
But I
one?
said by the end of his career in the Premier League. That's what I said. I didn't say now.
All right, cool. We'll come
So
back
you're
to it. This one
overthinking
from
it.
me. This is from Prime. Don't shoot the messenger. Innit?
There's
Dead
another
banter.
clip as well you wanted to play earlier,
Oh, yeah,
but I
shoot
didn't
Prime.
see it.
To me,
What's
man.
the clip?
No, I don't know. There
Oh,
was
well,
he
the other-
put up a clip, but then he
Okay,
removed it.
There's a lot of
yes, yeah, I
Egal
saw this
receipts
on
out
no
there. There's a
contact.
lot of Egal receipts in the world.
Egal, can I ask you a question? By your logic, if you're
We're
saying
gonna
that
beat Everton, and we're gonna beat them quite easily. No
Oh.
pressure.
Oh my god.
That's why it's embarrassing to lose to
This
Everton.
guy gave a whole speech about Havertz and the attack and how much he loves Arteta, and he said it's gonna be no pressure. Ya akhi, wallahi, I've had enough. Ya.
One second.
You're
Hussam,
so shameless.
one second.
Wallahi, you're so
Stop it.
shameless.
Stop it. You
Wallahi,
guys are being disingenuous. I came on this show and I said this was a disaster. That was an embarrassing result, and it's on the manager and the players. And you guys are now spinning it as if I was protecting the team from the performance that they had.
Not me.
against
Not me.
I
I
never
understand
did
where
that.
you're coming from.
Egal, at the same
I
time,
never
that you
did
keep
that.
saying
Yeah, Vader wanted to
I
make
never
sure
did
that
that.
he.
Also,
Don't worry, I
also,
was supporting you,
people
brother.
calling me
I was not
delusional.
I was
against
supporting
you.
Egal.
Did
I
I
understood
once
his
on this stream
perspective.
today? Did I once on this stream today say we're still winning the Premier League? No. Did I once on this stream today say this team is now going to go and kick on? This is just a blip? No. I'm acknowledging the
No
issues that
picture?
we have. I'm acknowledging the issues that we have, and you guys just want me to sit here and defend bullshit. Fuck that. This team is not doing good. They're not good enough right now. And whatever you guys say, I can't disagree with you too much.
My thing is more so on you keep talking from time and time again when you have results like this that, I'm just going to look at the end of the season and evaluate things. Why don't you look
Exactly.
at things right now? Evaluate the position that you're in currently.
How about this? You want to know something?
Score against
You wanna know
Everton.
something?
Evaluate
We're undefeated in our last 8 games. Undefeated in our last 8 games.
Okay, so
You
I'm
wanna
supposed
look
to
at
be.
that?
So is that something to flex? That's what I'm trying to say. Is that
I am
something to flex?
Last half full. I
against
respect
Fulham.
it.
Is this something to flex?
No, because
Are you
as
flexing
much
this?
I'm not.
I
I'm
am
not gonna-
undefeated against
I'm
Fulham
not
and
gonna yell
Newcastle
and
as well.
scream. I'm not going to
Just
yell
not
and
Nottingham
scream
Forest,
Arteta
huh?
out. I'm not going to yell and scream Arteta out after every single drop.
You're
I'm
literally
not
10th.
crazy, bro.
literally
Yeah,
have
but that
7
still hurt you.
losses.
Yeah, but
You
that
have
still hurt
6
you,
more
didn't it?
losses
Yeah,
than
it
me.
still hurt you. I saw your face.
And I have
Your
6
face
more
was all,
losses than you.
and
You
then
have
I said
0.
Nottingham Forest,
No,
and you
I
went.
have draws. I don't have losses.
Fraud.
Egal, all I'm asking you, I asked you earlier this too. I said,
I
why
have draws, not losses.
Why is it that you put Mikel Arteta on such a high
boxer.
pedestal? Some of your fans do
Because
that.
Arteta
Don't tell
is
me about the
getting-
conversations because we've had
Arteta's getting
had
every
title
player
challenges
to
too.
Arteta has gotten every single player in this team to overachieve for the last 2 years to get us into the conversations to go blow for blow with Man City and Liverpool and the rest of the league.
Okay,
So
let's
stop
say
it.
let's say you
stop-
finish in the top
So
4.
stop the Arteta stuff Because right now it's not only about Arteta.
Okay, let's say you finish top 4 this season.
You need to have a conversation about other people besides just the manager every fucking week, bro. No disrespect to you, but I'm
just asking you this. It's because you keep defending this manager. You keep defending him from time to time against him. We're going to evaluate him at the end of the season.
He deserves credit.
Egal's right.
He's going toe-to-toe with Pep. He made Klopp quit, same way Pep did. Let's not act like this. Let's not act like this is not something that's going on.
He made Klopp quit. You're so shameless.
Hassam, can I ask you a question?
He did. That's a good. That's a point. Let's not fight on that.
Since your club existed, don't mention Klopp.
No. He's right. He's right, Hassam. He made Klopp quit.
Klopp is the best manager than your all-time manager. Klopp has
made
2
Klopp
league titles
tired.
Champions League. Klopp won a league title with Borussia Dortmund.
Arteta made Klopp tired.
Never mention Klopp, please. Don't even mention Klopp.
Hassam, when you think about Klopp, do you mention like the season you had 90 points?
Well, you know, the last time Klopp ever went to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, he held a big fat L, so Ainge broke him as well.
Edge made Klopp quit.
I also included Pep, by the way. My man came out and said, "You know what? I have no energy." And now you guys are telling me, oh, I should give up on Arteta.
Pep has no energy.
Yo, you guys been tuned into my channel. I respect it.
You guys sit here every week and tell me Bukayo Saka and Odegaard are your only good attacking players, but yet you want to sit here and say you must. Bro, I just come to the conclusion that this manager might be getting the best out of these players for the last 2 years. For the last 2 years, he's getting the best out of these players, and maybe the players are not good enough.
Yeah.
Hypothetically, can I say one more thing, Sam? Hypothetically, if let's say you finish top 4 this season and he stays at the club and you challenge.
No, Troops. I also included Pep.
Stop it.
Shout out Troops. Big up Troops.
I did. Wallahi, I did. Replay it. I also included Pep.
Arteta cannot make me quit YouTube to begin with, to make Klopp quit. Stop here.
Listen,
He did. Some you just don't like hearing it.
I think
if you know what, if
big up Troops, man.
Pep made Klopp quit. I understand that, but you didn't make anyone quit with 0 league titles, please. Klopp's
Arteta made Klopp quit.
You need to deep Vator. When the red cartel is fighting, don't get involved. Put your mic down. Drive safe. Be careful. Now, when it comes to you,
always.
Yeah, don't hit any moose out there. No.
Klopp. You need to understand something. Klopp is not my greatest ever manager. And he's better than your greatest ever manager. I want you to deep this.
Klopp is not better than Arsene Wenger.
Klopp has 3 league titles and a Champions League, and he won league titles.
What has he done with Liverpool, bro?
What does that have to do with Liverpool? Okay, what did Wenger do in Japan then? Do you know? Exactly.
No. That's not my.
You know what Ainge did in Japan?
I'm not judging.
Ran shit.
1 second.
Became
Since
the
when
dog.
do we judge Premier League managers
I
on what
cannot
they
wait
achieved in
to
Germany?
ruin Jacob's life
Are we
next
really
week.
doing this?
Wallahi, I
Are we
can't
really
wait.
Guys,
doing this?
1 second.
Are we really doing this? Come on, man.
1 second. Hussam, when they compare Pep, when they compare Pep and Sir Alex Ferguson, they don't compare their time outside of the Premier League. I'm only talking about inside the Premier League. Don't bring me German trophies.
Habibi, Klopp didn't stay 30 years in the Prem. He stayed 9 years.
Don't bring me German trophies to try to compare
German trophies.
Bro said don't bring me German trophies.
Don't bring
Jacob,
me
I don't
the
know why you're laughing. You
Bundesliga.
count Ainge titles with Celtic. Exactly, bro. Sit on the floor.
He did a treble last year, with Celtic. Not last year, but the year before he joined us.
At Celtic?
Bro, yeah, he counts Ainge trophies at Celtic. Never mind.
Do they not count? Are they not actually trophies that he won?
I don't get this conversation.
To get back to the
Bro,
point,
as far
to
as
get
I'm
back to the
concerned,
point,
Rangers could beat
1 second,
Southampton. So
To get back to the
what are we
point,
talking about?
And Rangers
my main
could come
point
back against
was
Spurs.
always
They almost beat us.
if and when I think it's time to change Arteta, I'll let you know. But at this moment in time, I still believe that we should stick it out with him. He deserves the respect for at least the end of the season to be evaluated before we start after every single drop point saying he needs to be sacked. Because look at where we've been the last 2 years.
I'm going to ask you again, but I don't respect Arteta, and Arteta can respect my balls. Big up to Ryan who says, Hussam.
And you said the same thing about Arne Slot. You came on the stream saying Arne Slot out before he even kicked the goddamn ball, and you're now top of the league. So Hussam, your word doesn't mean shit when it comes to your own manager.
People have emotional reactions all the time. You went from Arteta into Arteta out.
Yeah, that's way too many.
Yes, because I was wrong.
You said you had an emotional reaction. Lewis said Van Maresca on the list
did
came
you
out.
not say Slot out before he even signed?
I took that back a day
Hashtag
later.
slot out.
I was not
Okay,
Maresca
so-
out
so-
when you
That's how
signed.
the
Good
clip
job.
goes, I think.
Good
You
job.
were not
The
Good job.
quote.
back up when he signed. I know, but that's
Sam,
not the best time.
apologize.
I've
You can
never
make-
been
you can-
manager out.
You can make statements.
I've already,
and you can
I've already,
change your
I've already
opinion.
said it was just
That's
an
my
emotional
point.
reaction.
So you can
I
change your
haven't
opinion on
earned
Arnie
slut
Slot.
out.
One
Hashtag
second.
slot
You
out.
can change your opinion on Arnie Slot. I
Egal,
can
you're
change my
gonna
opinion
keep
on
making the
Arteta when I
same
want.
excuses forever. Last year it was Pep beat him, and the year before that it was Pep beat him. What can we do?
The year
Now
before
it's
that, it was the year before that. We should have done a Chelsea and said we're not in the title race.
No,
Bro.
you should have. This is why I'm not listening to any of you, man, telling me that I'm in a title
The
race.
only reason why we didn't say that
You're in a
is because
title
we were
race.
we were like 5
Ah,
points
fuck
clear
you,
after
bro.
December or something.
You were 8 points clear.
That's
in
the only
March.
reason why y'all won.
Lewis
'Cause y'all are
is
in a title
second
race.
in December. How are you comparing the two situations? You're so shameless. You were 8 points clear
No,
in
I'm
March.
comparing
Lewis
the
is
fact that we
second
were-
in December, and you're comparing them.
I'm
Have some
comparing the
shame.
fact that we finished fifth and
Oh,
then
okay, let me
we
do this
went
to
from
Chelsea to
finishing
move
fifth
on
to
to
title
Chelsea.
race.
Hello.
Usam,
Okay,
you're
let's-
triggered because not everyone's sitting here going crazy.
I am.
Hey,
I am.
Just
I'm
want to say,
100%
Arteta in his
rattled.
6 years never
You know
won
why I'm
away at the
rattled?
Etihad.
Because
Just
Jacob
wanna
is
say that.
happy and he keeps throwing these sly digs, and I can't wait to ruin his life next week. Big up to Ryan
Yeah.
says, "So somebody, will you admit that Slot is tactically way better than Klopp? The way Slot has tactically managed the game. I used to pray for times like this. Would you agree that an ant is better with women than you? Would you agree that you are a human cockroach? That's the better question." Egal tried to defend his team by saying Everton
I
are a
don't
good team.
understand that.
They're absolute dog shit. Everyone beats Everton at home. I agree. Everton good form is always at Goodison. Everton good form is never away from home, which is why you're not scoring at home to Everton. If it ends up 0-0 at home to Everton, I'm gonna be angry with all my players and my manager. So yeah, big up to you. Chelsea are very good, but we should be winning the league. No excuses. We have a better team, and if we don't win, it's fully on us. Even without January signings, we should win it. Who unbanned you? I want to understand. We banned you last Friday. How the fuck are you back? You made a new account, the little bastard. Even without January signings, we should win it. Hussam saying we won't sign anyone. We have made the January signing in 6 or last January 9 windows. I don't trust FSG. You trust them. That's a you problem. Me, I don't trust FSG. If we make January signings, then you can come tell me you must. Right now, we haven't made January signings, so it's as simple as that. Hussam, admit now that Gravenberg is better than McAllister. McAllister plays center back. He would have had lost by at least 6 goals. I don't agree with that because you could see the fact that the games where McAllister did not play in, you can see how we look a lot worse. And anyone who knows ball rates McAllister. Also, you told me on Friday, get behind the lads. So why are you cussing McAllister now? Panel, be honest. In LFC's position in the Fulham game, 1-0 down with 10 men. What's the scoreline outcome for your team? Be honest. Number
3-1 Tottenham.
Yeah, just like 4-1 Chelsea with 9 men.
That was
Shields.
last year. I thought we were talking about this year.
Big up,
I'll be honest,
Maresca.
1-0.
Because
Actually,
we're talking
I'll
about
be
last year.
honest,
You
1-0
didn't just
Fulham.
lose to Nottingham Forest. You also lost to Tottenham. So you can hold.
you lost 7 games. You're 10th.
Angefield, soon it will become.
I'll be honest with you, Jack. Everyone will probably back their team, but I think besides currently, as I watch the everyone on this panel, I think currently maybe the only 2 teams that come back are Liverpool and Chelsea. Big up to you, Zephyr says when Havertz. You can't even win with 11v11. Stop it. When Havertz
We're better
plays
with
striker-
10. We're better with 10. We got more room to operate. It's fun.
Yeah, you know what else 10 reminds me of? Your league position. Big up to Zephyr says when Havertz
that
plays
was a good
striker, he was never supposed to play striker. When Havertz plays midfielder, he got X goals in Y games. Actually talking for both. That's my point. Like, it's just when he was in midfield, oh, you don't understand Arteta's genius tactics. And then you put him striker. He's not a striker. Khalas,
Brother,
man.
the things that I've
Hey,
seen
with the
Kai
same
Havertz
logic,
get
take
away
Rashford.
with over the last 4 years is genuinely sinful. This motherfucker could be a serial killer and people would defend him and say it was an accident.
No, I
What the
agree.
hell are you doing?
Arteta
What
has
are you
turned around
doing?
Havertz.
Give
Take
the guy
Rashford,
1
too.
second. Can
Unlock
you guys
Rashford.
not give the guy credit for being a versatile player when we have
No,
a crisis?
shit.
When we have a crisis in our midfield, we put Kai Havertz in there, and we still were churning out results. When we had a situation with no forward, we put Kai Havertz up top, and he was banging in goals. As much as people want to criticize Kai Havertz, he's the least of our issues at this moment in time at Arsenal Football Club.
Yeah, sure. A striker
Yeah,
you
sure.
can't get
Yeah,
rid
that's
of who
right.
isn't good at
Yeah.
strike, good at wing or in the
He's so
middle. He's
good.
fucking shit. He's terrible.
Chelsea
You got
better
a
than
clear,
Arsenal.
1 second. You got a clear agenda, same way you have an agenda against Poch. But I'm not going to say nothing about that.
Yeah, fuck him. But I don't like him.
You compared him to
I'm
a
honest
serial
about
killer, Lewis. What's wrong with you?
No, I didn't compare him to a serial killer. I
Respect
said he
my
could be a
nation's
serial-
greatest
No,
ever
no, wait,
manager
wait,
ever.
wait. I never
Why don't you
compared
have
him
the same
to.
energy for
I
City when they
said,
drop points?
I said he could
Respect
kill
Mike.
numerous people and people would still defend him. I never said he was a serial. He'd miss anyway. I wouldn't trust him to shoot anybody.
He is
You
not
can't even
wrong
shoot on
because Ted
target.
Bundy had a lot of defenders, even though he was like, yes, I did do all those heinous things.
Also,
you guys
FYI,
are-
Poch scored 6 against Everton at home last
Listen,
season. Just want to say,
all I
Poch
gotta
scored
say
And
is
also,
I'm an Arsenal
Podge
fan.
undefeated with
Everton at home.
America. Podge has
Against
never
Everton at
lost
home
All
with
I gotta
last
say is
season.
America.
Poch
there
scored
are
6. Just
Arsenal
wanna
fans
say
say
that.
that.
Podge doesn't lose when he's at America.
Everyone's gonna try
Fuck
to cancel him.
Poch.
Pachan.
Fuck Arsenal. Chelsea
Respect
better than
my
Arsenal. London
nation's
is
greatest
good.
gaffer ever.
Big up these judges.
good.
Nah,
Jon
Best
Snow.
thing since George Washington.
London is
George,
definitely blue, my guy Jon
Why are
Snow.
we talking about
Mr.
American
Khan
judges?
says he made Klopp quit. Wallahi, biggest bogus I've heard. Mr. Khan, not even a Liverpool fan, bro.
Did Arteta and Pep? Do you don't think Arteta and Pep had
How
a
can you say
had a part to play
Arteta
in
and
Pep?
Pep?
Do you know? Do you
That's
not
like
think
saying
Arteta and
Kobe
Pep had a
Bryant
part
and
to play in
Kwame
Pep
Brown.
leaving?
Stop it.
No,
Do
no,
you
no,
not
no,
think-
no, no.
Do you
He's
not
right.
think
He's right.
Arsenal and Man City had a part to play in Klopp leaving?
No, I think it was
Why
just
do-
Arsenal.
Oh my god! Why do
I think it's just
Why do
Arsenal.
y'all move like groupies, adding y'all into everything?
Just a
Why
score
do Arteta
update
add
for
in
you
into
guys.
this?
Just a score update for you guys. West Ham are doing what a lot of people couldn't do and took the lead at Bournemouth.
It's a tough place to go, man.
They're
only saying that
You
because
We're still
know,
yet to go
Vator
there.
here,
We're
it's
still-
a
we're
tough
still
place
yet
to
to
go.
go there. We're still yet to go there.
it's tough.
I don't have
Klopp
a
made
cold.
Wenger retire, kept beating him 5-0. Actually, Klopp didn't just beat Wenger 5-0. He beat him 4-1, 5-1, 5-0, 3-0,
Wenger,
3-1.
I should thank you.
Big up Klopp.
You dunk on him
Yeah.
first game.
Why
of
are
the
you guys
season,
mad
bro.
at that
Yeah,
trade?
you should thank me because if it wasn't for me, Jacob and Lewis would be running a European Cup trophies on your head top. So thank me.
I
and
did
relax.
thank you. I did thank
It's
you.
how Arsenal fans are.
Oh boy, y'all wouldn't like me. Y'all would have never, when y'all met me, if I had that European trophy, y'all would have not liked me. I promise you.
Tottenham
that.
singing
Yeah,
Champions of
yeah,
Europe at the
yeah, that'd
Emirates
be
is a
crazy.
crazy
No,
timeline.
but I live to see things.
I
like
prefer
that.
to live in that reality.
I live to see
honestly,
things
yeah.
like that one day, man. I hope.
Oh,
Hey, I
one
hope
day.
you
It's,
never touch the UCL, but if you do, it won't hurt me nearly as much as it hurts Arsenal. So it's alright.
I see the kangaroo has you hopping with belief. Soon we return him to the outback. Jacob next week is going to be the most miserable fucker wearing a robe. I can't wait.
no.
I promise everyone.
Jacob, I'm
Flip
with you.
it.
Don't worry, bro. Do what you need to
Next
do.
week we're gonna ruin Spurs' fucking life in their own backyard. Clip it.
Bald agenda returns.
Clip it now. Jacob, I'm full screen.
Oh, sorry. Was that supposed to
We're
be?
gonna beat Spurs in their own backyard next week. And when Jacob is sulking in his smelly little robe next week, remember this moment. Big up to you, Gonzo. Egal.
Gonzo, I just want to say this.
Go ahead.
You
The
can
robe
hold
doesn't
that
smell.
because when we return with our bald caps looking like the goddamn Conehead movie, and if y'all don't know what that is, you need to up your cinematography game because if you've never seen Coneheads, shout out Saturday Night Live for that.
Sorry, wrong one. My bad, wrong one.
We're pulling up bald-headed, baby, because
No problem.
bald scalps is all we're going to
Bournemouth
collect.
equalized, by the way, and it's Unal. Egal, Arsenal is like
Ainge
that
will
guy
break Arn
What's
slot
this free kick?
in its
Oh,
beginning.
fucking
The
hell.
downfall of Liverpool begins next Sunday.
Okay, Habibi. Okay. Egal, Arsenal is like that guy who flirts all nights with a young lady bartender and then a random guy, Liverpool or Chelsea, takes her. Yeah,
Chills.
and all along he was thinking that the bodyguard Man City was going to take the girl, but then two other guys pulled up. They're not bodyguards or anything, and they still took the girl. It's crazy. Up the Chelsea for this week. My granddad is 92 and has supported since the 70s. My team will come back. Squad ain't 100%. Injuries plus January signings. Yeah, you see how me? I never mention injuries ever. I had 12 fucking injuries. I'm subjected to torture, which is watching Darwin Núñez every week because Jota's injured. And you don't see me. Oh my God, injuries. You know? So,
I never cried about injuries.
Hassan, don't call
What are
it
you
injuries.
talking
Call it unprecedented circumstances.
unprecedented circumstances that
Don't
led
call it
to blah, blah,
injuries.
blah. Anyway, listen, 1,200 people in here, guys. We have to get 500 likes. My head, I'm scratching my head. I'm angry. All this. Let's get 500 likes at least. Big up to Gonzo says, Jacob, counter trophies from this decade. Take your time, I'll wait. However, Ainge Field was a good line. He gave you credit, Ainge Field.
Well, you know, we've got the Audi Cup, the Walter Toll Award, the Peace and Charity Community Award, a few PFAs, few Golden Boots. Are we talking about like team honors? Well, you know, you gotta dig deep into the history books for that, I suppose.
Big up to Abdias says, Kai Hilmar Wirtz is being played out of position, in my opinion. He's a ball boy being played as a footballer. Well,
He ain't a ball boy. If he tried to throw a ball at someone, it would go backwards. Ain't a ball boy.
Lewis, you got a lot of verbal for a guy who won you a Champions League. Have some respect.
oh,
This is such weak bait, bro. Come on, man. It's
Rage bait.
2024.
Rage bait.
This
Not
is
even
you're better than that, man.
Did he not score the Champions League winner?
he
you know
won
that
us the
don't mean
Champions
shit.
League.
Come on, man. You're
Did
better.
he not
than
also win you the? Did he not win you the Club World Cup also?
No. Lukaku scored the open play goal. Lukaku won us it.
Who scored the last goal of that game?
The last open play goal. It was some random.
No, the
I
last
think,
goal of that
Havertz
game.
player.
For
Havertz
Chelsea.
with a
Kai
penalty.
Havertz is the best.
Okay, so have some respect for your former legend.
Silky German.
Legend, brother. He's not a legend to me. He might be a legend from your perspective because you don't have a UCL or a Club World Cup, but we have multiple of them, so it's okay.
You don't
Okay,
have
speaking of
multiple
Chelsea,
clubs. You don't have
Speaking
multiple
of,
Club World
guys, you all
Cups.
have to go in
But we
10
have
minutes.
one more than you. It might as well be multiple.
I'm sorry,
Exactly.
Wissam. Today it became an Arsenal Man United segment.
No, but let's just finish with Chelsea and Spurs because Jacob has been too happy for. Exactly, nothing worth continuing the conversation is what Gonzo is saying. Yeah, I hear you. Nothing worth it. Audi Cup and shit. Guys, 500 likes, yalla, and we end the stream on the Chelsea and Spurs put together.
Okay, so
What about Liverpool
my
dropping
theory,
points, Wissam?
I'll make it real quick. So my theory here, because I need to say this, because Arnslot, you're next, all right? And Amorim, we're sending him back to the slums in Portugal. He can hold that as well. So he's going to be dreaming about sporting while Pedro Porro
I actually want you to beat them.
has
Thursday.
dinner with his girlfriend.
Relax. Of course you do. Of course you. But you get mad at me when I want Chelsea to win the league. Wissam. Where is it? What is going on here?
I don't get mad at you.
Yes, you did.
just
I
get
remember
mad.
yesterday.
Wait,
You
what?
were like, "Oh, Shikh is going to be unbearable tomorrow. He's going to kiss Lewis's Chelsea. Is going to win the league. He's going to kiss Lewis's ass." I heard all of that, bro. I heard it. It's the
I'm
same
not
thing.
mad at you, Sheik.
So-
I'm mad at the situation.
I'm here.
Okay?
Yeah.
Hater.
Ainge is the breaker
Sorry,
of
Jacob.
chains, the ender of curses. And that's what he's here to
Jacob,
do at
why
Tottenham.
are
And
you
that's what,
starting this section to begin with? Can you let Lewis talk first? He's second. Go ahead, Lewis.
you said
we're talking about the
Tottenham.
Chelsea
I heard you say
Brentford
I said
Tottenham.
Spurs and Chelsea because you both won.
All I heard was Spurs. And then I started thinking, hell yeah, baby, 5-0. Talk to me.
Go ahead, Jacob. Go ahead.
Who's that calling? The unemployment office for the managers that go against Ainge Postecoglou. Sometimes that handshake he give you right there at the end, it's the handshake of death. That motherfucker couldn't even get off the. It was 4-0, and that manager was like, "All right, I'm heading to the locker room, y'all. Hold it down." Motherfucker went in there at 4-0. Players came in and were like, "Yeah, it's 5-0." Yeah, you can hold that as far as I'm concerned. Because I'm going to tell you this right now. Vator knows what it's like. That's why he's sitting over there eating french fries, trying to be calm, cool, collected with that maple syrup look on his face. But I'll tell you this right now. We've broken Ten Hag so much that now Sheik and all the other top Reds are like, oh, Senor Amorim, yeah, and like, woo. Yeah, we're going to send his ass back to Sporting Portugal. Or what is it called? Liga what? I don't even know because they don't even broadcast in America. That's how tiny they are. So I can't wait to dunk on him in our own ground. We're going to continue to sing the song. I don't care about Levy. Levy don't care about me. All I care about is Kulusevski. And sing it loud, sing it proud, because that's what spurred us on to get 5-0 when it seemingly everything was going against us. 3 points off top four. You got to imagine everything's still to play for this season. We're still in 3 competitions as far as I'm concerned. And we're just hanging out, doing what we want to do in that fourth, being the Premier League standings, because it's all irrelevant to me. I don't give a fuck where we finish in the Premier League table. If we could win the Carabao Cup, we could win the FA Cup or the Europe. If we win any of those, I don't give a damn as long as we don't get relegated. So
Who do Spurs play next?
United
Liverpool.
in Carabao Cup
United in the
quarterfinal, and then we play Liverpool in the league, and then we play Nottingham Forest in the league, and then
Bro,
and
you
then
might
Wolves.
lose all 3 of them.
Egal, you're the
Everton?
fixture X.
Or we might win all 3. That's the fun
Exactly.
part. You don't know what you're gonna get. We are the box of chocolates in Forrest Gump. We may be filled with caramel one day. The next it may be razor blades, and you're cutting your
Hey,
mouth
listen,
open.
Jacob, you
I
came
opened
to
up
Old
Trafford.
Trafford.
I just saw a bunch of
Liverpool fans.
bounties.
Anyway,
Jacob, you came to Old Trafford. You scored 3 goals. It was all good, but that was a different me. That's all I'm gonna say. That was a
Okay,
different
no
Well,
problem.
you're
What
coming
I'm
to
gonna
my
also
ground
say
now.
is
That's all I'm saying.
Southampton are shit,
So,
and you beating them 5-0 is not that impressive.
yeah, everyone.
Okay, that's fine.
slapped up
If you
Southampton.
draw to Southampton,
What about beating
I-
Everton 4-0? Is that impressive
If,
or
if
no?
you draw to Southampton,
In your
or
eyes?
lose-
No, hang on. Egal said something. I got a question. You said it's not impressive to score 5 on Southampton. Is it impressive to score 4 on Everton?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Now, Hussein, what were you saying?
You actually said yes. Okay.
Anyway, if you drop
Wait,
points,
what about if one player scores 4 against Everton?
if you drop points to Southampton,
That was one of the best performances in Premier League history.
I'm gonna give Jacob a 45-minute segment just to cook you. Just if you drop points to Southampton.
What about
Anyway.
if you drop points to Spurs?
By the way,
how much minutes do I get on all your shows on all week?
The Southampton manager got sacked because he is one of the worst managers in the league.
That's fine.
Yes. Yes. He's pretty bad.
That's why I'm saying it's not impressive. I'm not discrediting your team. I'm saying Southampton are shit.
Yeah. Just like
Anyway.
I won't lie, Southampton are shit.
Cole Palmer literally had a Premier League,
they're really
Premier League record against them. Most
Oh, but they do have that one player, Dingler, or whatever his name is. I've never heard of him before the day. He's really good. I'd buy him. Diddler? What? I don't know his name.
Dibbling.
Dimbler?
Dibbling.
What'd you say? Dibbling. Yeah. Dibbling,
Jacob.
dribbling,
Anyway,
whatever
guys,
the fuck his name is. He's good.
Guys. Chelsea are dibbling into the title race.
Yep.
Brother top left. Carefree Lewis actually is carefree. Talk to me, Habibi.
Go on, Chelsea.
Yeah, just a chill, guys, enjoying another 3 points collected. We finally broke the Brentford curse, and unlike what you were trying to say in your watch along, we actually played well. It's just Brentford played well too. They had a very good defensive system. I respected the game plan that they came to the bridge with. It's just our game plan worked. You're playing a very cross-heavy game in the first half. I wasn't really sure what we were trying to do because I didn't really think we had the height for it. But this is why Maresca knows more than little old me, because we scored our first goal off what? Off a cross into the box into Cucurella. That's what I like from my managers. Anything I question, they're like, no, shush. Here we go. Look, 1-0. Just enjoy the football and all of that. And we got the goal at the right time. Just before half-time, it looks like a little bit of a frustrating half. Nerves were starting to kick into Stamford Bridge and everything. And then we get the goal. Suddenly, it looks like a good first half. We go into the second. They start bringing their line a little bit further forward. The crossing and the chance creation from them wasn't really great, but we still handled it. They got a bit better after they brought on their substitutes. Sanchez did really well. To be honest, everybody played well. I look at that game like there was some annoying phases, like Noni had his frustrating moments, but he got the assist. Good determination. Nicholas Jackson, he didn't have his best game, but he stayed determined. When he got a clear-cut chance, he scored. Sometimes as a striker, you're not going to have games where you have a lot of the ball, but it's about being effective when you're on the ball, and he got the goal. As soon as he got the second, game done. I don't give a damn. Even with the goal that they conceded late on, slight nerves, but it's like, I don't believe we're going to concede 2.5 in the space of 15 minutes like we would last season. The mentalities change. And you can tell with the way every single player is reacting to Chelsea and the situations that we're in. Jadon Sancho steps up when we're behind at Tottenham. Nicholas Jackson goes from celebrating a hat-trick and a terrible performance at Tottenham to leaving the pitch in tears because he didn't bag a goal this season. The players. Caicedo, best midfielder in the fucking league. I will only hear the name of Gravenberch and I'm still putting Caicedo above him. It's just an all due respect thing. Cucurella, unbelievable again. Tosin, so impressed with his performance. Start him against Everton because we ain't got Fofana, we ain't got Badiashile. You know what? Just give him the start. It is what it is. He blocked everything. He was a strong aerial threat. And I guess he provides you a little bit more experience in that back line anyway. So whatever. You've got yourself a good start. Let's build on it. Enzo, good performance from him. Sancho, better defensively first half. Offensively, I didn't really notice him too much. But the second half, that's when he really started to kick into life. Unlucky not to score. Unlucky not to get an assist. But I know Sancho's level. I know his ability. I ain't got no question marks about that. It's just good to see Chelsea leave with another 3 points. It's good to see Chelsea. And also, how can I forget? Cole Palmer. He had a good game. Miss me with this bollocks because he didn't get GNA that he had a bad game. No, he played well. He made about 4 or 5 key passes in that game. He never gave the ball away sloppily. He had a good performance. Just because he didn't get GNA, it doesn't mean that he played poorly. Everybody had a good game. And that's just an indictment of the manager and where he has this team right now. It is a good time to be Chelsea. Also, while we're here, I want to say thank you to Hassan for finally saying that Maresca's clear of Poch. I appreciate it. We can now consider the book closed. And yeah, up the fucking Chelsea. Up the Chelsea. Stay chill. Enjoy the 3 points, and the road to 70 continues. Up the Chelsea.
You guys don't want to say you're in a title race because you don't want to be called bottle jobs.
No, it's because we're not Arsenal fans who jump the gun too early and get cooked at the end of the season. We have our target.
No.
We're sticking
At the
to our
heart of
target.
hearts, at the heart of hearts, you know it's December and things can change. Everyone knows that. But the reality is, come March, if you're still in the same situation where you're a couple points off Liverpool, you are in a title race.
Yeah, March. You see, like I can agree with that. March, yeah, cool. Now, no. Way too early for that. I think title races are subjective. Some people say it starts in August. Some people say it starts in December. To me, it's short distance. It's about the running. So get me to February, March. Title contenders get to 70 points by about February or March. So if we get to that, there should be like what, 10, 9, something around that mark in terms of
Nobody's getting
games.
90 points this season, though.
We don't know that. We'll have to see.
Hussam, I'll say something about your club quickly.
What?
You guys played well. Even though you're down to 10 men, I got to give you a lot of credit. Somehow, if you would have won that game, I would have said, you know what, you guys are going to go walk this league. Even though you dropped points, I couldn't find too much faults in your performance.
I did a video on your game and it was just cooking Robertson. Bar that, I was like, yeah, you had enough to win that game. Even down to 10, you could have won it.
I've never thought a team dropping points would actually look that scary. Call that crazy.
Oh, okay.
But that's why I think you're winning the league. It's not a you must thing, but I think it's going to be you that win it this season. But I think that's another example of why. You lot went down to 10 men and you lot still probably could have won it.
Yeah.
Just keep Jota fit at all costs.
Hey,
Rat that guy and fucking
anything
Cotton
happens to
Ball
Mo
when he's not
Salah
playing.
or Van Dijk, finito.
Yeah, lose salary is what it is. And the brother still got an assist. It's like second half Salah is just fucking inevitable.
Yeah, at this point, you got to stop talking about Hazard Salah.
How many times are you going to drag this debate around? I've said I don't mind if people think Salah is clear of Hazard now. He's got the longevity, but I'm always going to think Hazard's a better player. Always.
You know what? I always have to get the last word in. Anyways, I'm good.
Fair enough, man.
Respect.
Listen, Chelsea are in the title race, and Liverpool are in the title race, and Arsenal are in the title race, and City are in the title race. The only team that must is Arsenal, because this was supposed to be your year. You haven't. This was always going to be your year. If you didn't win it, then 100%. If you didn't win it, then we were going to have conversations with Arteta. Pep won 4 in a row. He gets to have a shit season. Arne Slot just came in. Maresca just came in. They're there. Like, they're there until they're not, basically, is what we're saying. So, like, this is it with Chelsea. I'll never be shameless and say Chelsea, you must. Palmer did play like shit yesterday because Palmer has standards, which is level of best player in the league standards, which is Caicedo level, Palmer level, Salah level, Saka level, Van Dijk level. We judge them at a higher level than we do
Diallo level. I'm at Diallo level.
Wait. So what did he do badly then?
We judge them differently as we judge other
What
commoners.
did he do badly?
Okay, there's no. But here's the thing: you don't need to do something badly to have a bad game.
I mean,
meaning Palmer did not have an impact on the game as Chelsea fans would have wanted for us to say Palmer had a good game. And
what
that's
do you
the thing.
mean? No, but
Okay.
I don't understand that.
I'll give you an example. Van Dijk doesn't have to score an own goal for me to say Van Dijk had a bad game. I expect him to dominate defensively. So from watching Palmer yesterday, you tell me 4 chances, you know that's just weak, because 4 chances you could just pass to someone and they shoot. When I watch Chelsea, I think Chelsea's best player is Caicedo, and Palmer underperformed yesterday. And that's it. It's not an insult.
I agree. Like, Caicedo and Cucurella were the 2 best players for me for Chelsea. But I don't see how that means Palmer had a bad game. He wasn't sloppy in possession. He never gave the ball away cheaply. He didn't disappear for long periods in the game. He just didn't register GA. That's it. He didn't have a bad game.
Okay, khalas, we can agree to disagree. I just don't think Palmer impacted the game yesterday for me, and I stick by my opinion. I think he didn't have a good game at all. But regardless, let's not fight. You're here, I'm here, you know. But Arsenal must. Anyway,
yes, they must.
Before we end, we must agree, Arsenal. You know, Vator, you know, now Egal is not here. That was the weakest performance you've ever given. And I know the games that you play. You do this on purpose. No, because guys, let me tell you about Vator. Vator does this on purpose. He's saying, I understand where you're coming from, Egal. So next week when he loses to Aston Villa, he wants Egal to understand where Vator's coming from as well.
No,
but,
no.
but you know, oh yeah. That's why you're smiling.
No,
Smile
but
more.
Egal shut it down quickly.
Smile more,
He was
fraud. I
confident.
know your games. But Egal will never understand where you're coming from because he hates your club and you know it. So stop it. You trying to create an allegiance with Egal is like
trying to do that.
It's like two empires that hate each other creating an allegiance. Do you see the United States and Russia becoming besties? No. So it's never gonna happen. Stop it.
Yeah, I'll be
Anyway.
real. I'm your only ally here.
I wasn't looking for an ally in Egal. He was breaking down the aspects of his club that I saw similarities with mine. I was just pointing out I hear it, Egal. That's it. I'm not looking for any allegiances. The only person, baton-wise, that when he's ready to accept the responsibility is right up here.
Give me a couple months. If we get in that position, run me that. Run me
That's
that.
the Canadian alliance. Anyway, guys, the thing that I clarified at the start of the stream, I want to clarify again because people keep messaging me the same shit. Guys, I'm only on Snapchat, nowhere else. Hussam LFC, this is it. I am not on Twitter. I'm not on Instagram. I'm not on Telegram or TikTok. Or Hussam, are you here? Are you here? Habib, I'm not here. If anyone's pretending to be me, please tell me. This is it. I'm only on Snapchat. There's people who, when I mentioned at the start of the stream, added me. If you want to keep in contact with me, if you want to speak with me, I'm literally only here. Hussam LFC, and that's it. Nowhere else. Anyway, we're going to wrap it up here, Habibis. Big up to every single one of you guys. The stream is going to take you over to Egal. Spam in his chat, bottle jobs. No, wait. Snap in his chat, 0 UCL bottle jobs. That's what we're going to spam in his chat to piss off the Arsenal audience. So, spam it in his chat. Every single one of you guys. And also Shikh TV is in the description. Go subscribe. He's going to go do Mud Brothers. Carefree Lewis G is in the description. Go subscribe. Vator Games is in the description. Go subscribe. And United Spurs of America is in the description. Go subscribe. Why do you piss me off? I just said I'm not anywhere other than Snapchat. I think I fucking read it. Yeah, I'm out,
Have
man.
you got an MSN
Love the
account?
chat, man. Love the
I'm
chat.
rattled. MSN Messenger. Remember the nudge?
Yeah, give me MySpace and all that.
See.
Arteta